causing injuries, including a closed fracture of the top of a shoulder blade. Now, the detectives, she recognized her as the mother of another girl involved and provided Wood's Facebook account listed under the name of Juicy Booty. Detectives reported that the victim positively identified Woods in a photo lineup. Second victim, an independent witness, also told police they saw Woods strike the victims with a bat, according to the report. Woods was arrested. She later denied the allegations, telling detectives she was not present during the incident.
Also not president, though. She was right.
Also not president.
Yeah. Baseball bat, that's going to do some damage now. I don't know if she's got a good swing or not.
That's old school protection right
there. That is, old baseball bat.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
There's a show that you never bring up. I guess nobody watches it. Industry.
Never heard of it.
I've seen one episode way back in the day, the HBO, right?
Yeah.
Takes place in Great Britain?
Yeah, season 4 starts, it came out last night. I haven't watched season 4, episode 1 yet, but I've enjoyed it. Really intense. It's almost like, what was Succession meets something else.
Did you watch?
You need to know something else.
Yeah,
better
something
now.
else will help.
Succession meets...
well, I was going to say Game of Thrones because there's power struggles and dynamics, but it's nothing. The reason I brought it up, there's one guy who walks around with a baseball bat all the time. He does no damage with it, but that's his.
That's his thing.
That's his thing.
Yeah. Did either of you watch the premiere of The Pit season 2?
I've got it ready to watch.
I didn't think it was out yet. I thought it was.
No, it was Jennifer and I watched it sometime over the weekend.
I think it came out Friday or Saturday night.
They're going to have a hard time. Season 1 was
so good.
It was the hit of the year.
Well, yeah, it was really good, but I mean, again, it was just so much and so over the top. Like, how can you continue to do this?
I know, that's what I wondered after season 1. I thought it was going to be a one and done, and then they immediately announced a season 2. It's going to be hard. And I think, what was it last night, the Golden Globes?
Yeah, Noah Wiley won.
Yeah, he won, right?
And I think it won Best Drama.
Yeah.
It did. Now, I don't want to be too negative, but with the streaming model set up the way it is, it's actually, there's more incentive for there to be one good season and then 3 mediocre seasons that make people think, oh, maybe it'll get back to how good it used to be.
I.e. True Detective, right?
Yeah, I kind of fear that for this because
Landman.
First episode was just, but again, it has set a very high bar. I mean, it was a fantastic first season.
It was a great first season. And I hated I watched every one of them in an airport, but yes.
That is
it was
wild
really
to me,
good.
yeah.
But it's crazy they turned it back around because I was watching that in March. It was March Madness.
Yeah, they got season 2 out in a hurry.
Yeah.
They didn't want anybody to forget.
So I did see the opening of Golden Globes right before the game kicked off of her roasting a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And she, what's her name?
Nikki Glaser.
Yeah, she was really funny. And she looked at Noah Wiley and said, Noah, thanks for being the only doctor I've seen regularly over the last 30 years.
That's pretty good.
The new season got 99%. That's tomato meter. I mean, that was critics, and then 79% on the popcorn meter.
I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was just, it was there.
So the CES 2026 Worst in Show Awards focused on a lot of AI-focused products, including an AI fridge, doorbell, and companions.
Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
You know what, D? I hate being on this highway with all these 18-wheelers. I don't know what I'd do if I got in an accident with one.
First, call 911 to report the accident, and then hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. Because accidents with 18-wheelers, delivery truck, and construction vehicles are complicated. Call 1-800-229-7989 or hit them up at Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. We go deeper. We fight harder. We win bigger.
Physical office location, Birmingham. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We're going to talk Indiana and Miami coming up. Both coaches had a chance to talk about the national championship game. We'll hear from Mario Cristobal on the importance of the day he was fired from a job, and Kirk Cinetti on coaching veteran players instead of high school players. Alabama basketball big game tonight. Alabama football finally doing something in the portal that has excited some fans out there. All that coming up. We'll start with a couple Alabama alums. Will Anderson was a monster. D'Amico Ryans has a monster defense. And the Texans beat the Steelers last night. And a lot of Alabama fans watching that saying, I remember Will Anderson when he used to roam the turf over at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Can you make a case at some point when his career is done, Will Anderson could be the best Alabama player ever in the NFL?
Boy, Derek Thomas, you know.
Is that the line to beat, you think?
I think it probably is.
I mean,
he was such a dominant guy. I mean, let's not forget, one game against Seahawks, he had 7 sacks. 7 sacks in a game.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Most guys don't do it in a single season.
Yeah, and Will Anderson is freaking incredible in that defense. One of the reasons that I think the Texans are the best team in the AFC is because of how dominant the defense is. But
I don't know. They've won 10 straight, so obviously that defense has been good all year long. But the Steelers just looked sad last night. The line couldn't block them. They only rushed 4 all night, it seemed like.
Yeah, well, I want to go back week 1. The Texans came into SoFi because the NFC West draw this year was the AFC South. And, they had ball in hand down 14-9, and Nate Landman had a punch-out inside the 20-yard line. They probably would have beat the Rams in week 1 just because their defense was so dominant.
Buccaneers beat them in week 3, and they should have won that game as well. They were 0-3, the Texans.
Yeah, that's what's remarkable is they were 0-3. They've come in on this hot streak. If they're not the best team in the AFC, they're darn close. We'll find out who the best team in the AFC is over the next 2 weeks.
C.J. Stroud has to protect the football, man.
I agree. 3 turnovers.
When you got that defense, just take the sack.
But here's what you look at. Like, Drake May has played at an absolutely incredible level. He hasn't played a lot of great teams this year. Not his fault, but he's been great. Josh Allen, will be able to do it. But, what kind of quarterbacks are going to be able to have success against that defense?
I don't know. But to your point, Jim, we all watch enough NFL football to know if your quarterback turns it over 3 times, you're normally on the other side of 30-6.
Yeah,
that's what's amazing. That's the testament to the Texans' defense. They were that good last night that their quarterback on the road in the playoffs could turn it over 3 times, and you still won by more than 3 touchdowns.
So on Will Anderson, Derek Thomas, I think we all agree he's the greatest Alabama NFL player of all time.
It's super old school, but Don Hudson probably doesn't get the due he deserves because he played before you could watch.
We got to go post-trains.
Okay, all right. So post-trains, then we're going to throw Don. But you guys know Don Hudson was an incredible player. All right, let's go post-trains.
He was in the 60s with Joe Namath, right?
No, Don Hudson was in the 20s.
Okay, in the 20s. Okay.
Literally trains.
Yeah, okay. But I'm talking like.
Okay, so we'll go modern. I think modern-day NFL football, 1970 on. I think that's when they had the merger on.
John Hanna, for a long time, was considered.
John Hanna, yeah.
Dwight Stevenson.
The best offensive lineman. Dwight Stevenson, one of the best centers of all time.
Ozzie Newsome.
Yep. For a long time, the best tight end ever to play the game. That has probably changed.
I don't think we would have any quarterbacks in the conversation. Joe Namath, it was a great moment, but
Namath and Stabler are.
Stabler wasn't even going to get in the Hall of Fame on a regular basis.
Yeah, you can't
both
put
of them won Super Bowls. Bart Starr won a couple.
Yeah, I don't know that you could put any of them in this discussion.
Yeah, but by their skill compared to the guys we're talking about, they're not better at their position than Ozzie, Dwight Stevenson, John Hanna, Derek Thomas.
As we do this, I do want to point something out. When I was watching Will Anderson last night, the Alabama product is so different than it once was.
That's what that's my point.
Is that what we're getting at here?
I'm watching
I
that
hate
last
to say
night.
that, but when you watch Alabama, you just don't have Will Andersons out there anymore. You don't have Julio Joneses out there. You don't have Derrick Henrys out there. You just don't.
And he just hit on a name, Derrick Henry. You got to throw him
Derrick
in there.
Henry, yeah.
Because Derrick Henry right now, I'm pulling the numbers up right now. He's got, how many years would you say Derrick Henry has left?
He's such a physical specimen. I would say 2 or 3, but who knows?
I think every year could be his last now because it will drop off like that. It'll go from 60 to 0 like that.
I know it normally does. That guy is built different, though.
He is. He is. That's why he's still able to go 60.
Yeah. But you know, he's one of those guys that he works out at 100.
Yeah.
And so once that can't be fun each and every year. Once he doesn't have that dedication anymore, I think it will table off quickly.
He's 10th all time in rushing. Derrick Henry is 13,018 yards. A remarkable career already. But just what's a normal year for him? 1,200 yards?
Yeah, probably.
Just give him 1,000.
Okay, well, 1,000 yards. I was going to give him 1,200 because that changes the game a little bit.
It might be 15. I'm just going to, as you talk, I will pull this because I do think it's interesting.
A 1,000-yard year would put him 7th all time. A 1,200-yard year or anything more than 1,100 would have him 6th all time. So
just one more 1,200.
One more 1,200 yard. He's at 13,000.
Wow.
And there's a big group right there in the 13. Well, not a big group. There's a group. Eric Dickerson, Jerome Bettis, LaDainian Tomlinson all have 13,000 some odd yards, and then Curtis Martin has 14,000.
At that point, it's Derek Henry.
Yeah, who's the better Derek?
Oh,
Well, I mean, my gosh. 1595 this year, 1921 last year, 1167 the year before, 1538 the year before. Only played 8 games and had 937 yards. Before that, 2,027 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, he's averaging about 1,500 yards a carry.
There's my point. Another 1,500-yard year, and he's 6th all-time in rushing yards. I mean, definitely in the discussion.
Oh,
if not the leader.
Not just in the discussion.
Yeah.
He's in discussion to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, you know, Klatt said this yesterday when we were talking about, you know, the hypothetical of this Indiana team against those Alabama and LSU teams of 19 and 20. And he talked about the speed of that 20 team. And, you know, not to disappoint Alabama fans this morning, but they know this. It's a different type of athlete out there right now.
Yeah, different world. So for the NFL, before we move into the college portal and talk about guys coming, going, and staying and all of that stuff, in the NFL now we have the divisional round, right? The final 8 that is out there, and it's set up ready to go. Houston wins. They won 10 straight now. They advanced to play New England. They were 0-3. They've never made it to the AFC Championship game as the Houston Texans.
Well, you remember Bill O'Brien, I think it was in 2020, they had that lead on the Chiefs. It was like...
Was that divisional round?
Yeah.
So
it was like 21-0 or something. I forgot what.
I think they were up 21-0 and then again 24-3. I think they were up 21 twice.
And then they ended up getting beat by double digits, but that was closest they've ever been to an AFC Championship.
New England hasn't been to the AFC Championship game since 2018. Is that right?
Yeah, well, they hadn't won a playoff game since 2018. The last game they won was Super Bowl 53 against the Rams.
Yeah.
Who was their quarterback back then?
Brady,
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Seems like that
Tampa
might be
Bay Buccaneer great Tom Brady.
That might be a big deal.
I'm telling you, Drake May will have problem with this Texas defense.
Other side of the AFC is the Bills Broncos. The Broncos become the 3rd number 1 seed to be an underdog since they went to this format in 1970. The other two were the 1971 Minnesota Vikings, who lost the game, and the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles, who won the game. So Denver, the number 1 overall seed at home, on underdog.
It's not surprising when you think about, I mean, you just go quarterback. I mean, Josh Allen, Bo Nix, as good as Denver's defense is, that crowd will be nuts, but like no game is too big for Josh Allen. That's what's fascinating, and I got into this with Brock Hewitt on Unlocked yesterday. Like, if you don't believe, I mean, like we said this before, like there was no chance Pittsburgh was going to do anything, but the only quarterback left in the field with a Super Bowl ring is Matt Stafford. The only coaches left are Sean Payton and Sean McVay. I mean, more than likely, we're going to see a new coach and a new quarterback with Super Bowl rings.
I mean, this is not the vintage Buffalo Bills defense. That's what would worry me a little bit about them. I mean, normally you would say, oh, this Buffalo Bills defense against Bo Nix making his first, start of this nature. Yeah, give me that. But it's not a vintage Bills defense. They've got some holes in it. So I don't know. Are you surprised they're the favorite?
No, I would have listed them about 1.5 too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you guys look at these 4 teams, I mean, who do you trust the most? Patriots look good Sunday night, but they were at home against one of the worst offensive lines in football.
I think, honestly, I trust Houston the most because of that defense. But Denver's got they've got an exceptional defense as well.
Yeah.
San Francisco, Seattle split during the regular year, and then there's the Rams and Bears, which index finger Matt Stafford throwing hand, and the time of day that you did not want. Sunday was the coldest day and it's the later game on Sunday, 5:30 Central. At least it's not a prime time.
Yeah, I asked Dunaway this. Brown, you were out of the studio. I mean, I assume because of the markets, because of the brands, the Bears, the Rams, that is the most appealing of the 4 matchups. But, just weather-wise for the fans that are going to be at that game, why you – and by the way, both Seattle and the 49ers should have been playing on Sunday. Both the Bears and the Rams, who played on Saturday, should have been playing on Saturday. But why you push that back? You guys remember a couple of years ago where people were losing their fingers in Arrowhead when your Dolphins played the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that was prime time so they could put it on Peacock.
Yeah.
This weather's going to be the exact same.
Yeah.
As you watched the game last night, it was down to the buzzer before the networks even knew what time the games were going to be.
Yeah. In fact, they teased it. They're like, here are the matchups. We just don't know what time. We'll tell you by the end of the game.
Or what network they're on.
Or what network, yeah.
They found out live on the air which game they were getting to do.
So why do they wait so long for that?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a system who gets to pick. I don't know how that all works.
But, I mean, everything was contingent on that game last night where – okay, Pittsburgh or the Texans are going to win this game. Is it that big of a difference? I mean, I know Pittsburgh's a much better draw, but as bad as their product is this year, I don't know. I just thought it was weird that that they wait so late for the times to roll out. And I am just, I guess I'm not surprised because it's all about TV, but man,
that's
market
number 1,
fans,
market number 2, market number 3. So, yeah, I mean, NBC's like, yeah, I'll show that.
That is going to be a miserable game. Dunaway asked me, are you going? Hell no. I told him free flight, free tickets. I wouldn't go.
No, I was going to ask that. Free flight, free tickets. We cover the food. All right. All that is off the table.
No way.
No. Give me the actual dollar amount. And you got to stay full. You can't say,
if you were,
I would.
I don't even need a dollar amount. If you were just like, hey, look, the Rams will end up winning another Super Bowl this year, I would do it.
You would go, but you got to sit full 4.
I would sit full 4 for that.
Wow. Just for a Rams Super Bowl.
Wait, what's the coldest you guys have ever been in the game? I don't think I've ever been in a temperature that cold.
I don't like cold weather.
You want me to give you a random one? A lot of people would say the Ice Bowl, Iron Bowl, which was quite cold, but I was out of the element, so it wasn't as bad. For some reason, and I can't remember why my friends taught me into this, I went to a Music City Bowl that was played at Vanderbilt Stadium, and it was Alabama and Virginia Tech. You guys remember
I heard that
horrible year,
yeah.
Worst bowl loss for Alabama until this year, I think.
I think it was, and I got talked
Wasn't Michael Vick in that game?
No, I think it was Jim Druckenmiller.
Okay.
Oddly,
it was either that one or the 1972-71 season, 72 Orange Bowl. But those are the two worst bowl games I remember for Alabama. Other than this one.
It was a beatdown, and I was begging my friends, let's go. I mean, it was awful.
You're not talking about the weather at the Orange Bowl.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking
about
the beatdown that Alabama got. So he was cold and saw Alabama get whacked.
Yeah,
I did, and all the time wondered, why am I at a Music City Bowl? Why did I let my friend down? Nashville's a fun
I remember
town.
watching that game thinking the Alabama players didn't want to be there.
They did not.
Why were anybody else there?
I didn't want to be there. But it was a fun trip to Nashville. We just happened to take in a terrible football game.
Rams and Bears. It's only the 11th time since we've gone to this format, 1970, that the second round road team was the favorite. Only the 11th time that the road team is the favorite in the second round since 1970. That's a long time ago. 3-7 outright, that road favorite. 3-7 outright. So you're battling the odds there. Matt Stafford finds out he's an all-pro in his 17th season. That's only been done by one other guy.
Johnny Unitas.
No, it was probably
That's a good guess. No,
it was probably Tom Brady. It could have been Aaron Rodgers. It was one of the two.
Not really a player. It's
punter.
a kicker. Gary Anderson in his 17th season. The quarterback, the oldest quarterback to make All-Pro, was 15th season. Fran Tarkenton, 1975. So Matt Stafford is.
I never got to see
in rare
Tarkenton
air.
play. Do
Rare
you remember
air.
anything about Tarkenton?
Yeah, he was a scrambling machine. He the play that Trinidad Chambliss made in the Sugar Bowl, where his back was to the line of scrimmage at one point, was every Sunday for Fran Tarkenton, the Georgia great. Played for outdoor Minnesota back in the day when they would play outdoors all the time. Small guy, run around, scrambled a lot. Didn't really run it a lot, just scrambled a lot while waiting to throw it downfield. So a lot of 1970 reference in the final 8 here. And one more, which is almost mathematically impossible. I know you've seen this. But Sean McVay, this will be his 15th playoff game against 15 different teams. He's yet to play the same team twice in the playoffs.
That's bizarre.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's happened.
I mean,
you have almost a better chance of drawing a lottery number.
Yeah.
I think he's played Seattle twice.
Uh-oh.
But this is the 15th. Okay, well, he's not playing Seattle this week.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying if
15 playoff games, 15 different teams is what
Yeah.
I've seen in several places, including our great friend Karen, who sent me this stat last night. I do not know why my phone is so hot right now.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so-
I hate it when that happens. You gotta reboot it. Have you rebooted it recently?
I have not.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. Like, you've played 2 Super Bowls. You've played one against the Bengals and one against the Patriots.
Yep.
But if you take that out, I mean, 15 is almost the entire NFC. I mean, there's only 16 teams. Away from the Rams, there's only 15. So that's meaning they've played 13 different teams in the NFC. I don't believe that.
Covering the NFL for CBS Sports is John Breach. With the Rams facing the Bears in the divisional round, Sean McVay will somehow be facing his 15th different team in 15 career playoff games.
I can tell you right now, 2017, they lost to the Falcons.
Okay.
18, they beat the Cowboys. They beat the Saints. They lost to the Patriots.
I got the list here. You ready?
19, you go ahead. 19, they were off. I mean, I could do it, but.
Okay. 17.
17 lost to the Falcons.
18.
Beat the Cowboys, beat the Saints, lost to the Patriots.
Yep.
19, they were out of the playoffs.
20.
20, they beat the Seahawks, and they lost to the Packers.
Correct. 21.
21, they beat the Cardinals, they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they beat the San Francisco 49ers, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
By the way, you have not named a second team yet.
Okay.
So we're
22, they're out of the playoffs.
Yep.
23.
It's starting to come on for him that he's incorrect.
Yeah, that's right.
23.
This is an actual
I've got the
stat.
whole list here.
Yeah.
23, they opened at Detroit, lost to Detroit.
Yep.
Last year, they beat. Hold on. They ended up losing to.
By the way, this is when you get older.
Yeah.
You
you
remember
remember the old stuff,
2017
I know.
easier than
I know.
2020.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Last year, they ended up losing to Philadelphia, but before they lost to Philadelphia, they beat Minnesota.
Yep.
Is that right?
That is insane.
And 25, Panthers and Bears.
Yeah, 25 Panthers and Bears.
So
yeah.
my gosh.
Not one duplication there.
But so
Was that pretty good, though, on the fly?
no, it's pretty
Yeah,
remarkable.
that was
Like
remarkable.
some of you guys went to school and got like a medical degree. We went to school, and this is the stuff we remember. And I went to a lot of school. So I mean, how many NFC teams have they not played in the playoffs? There's very few. You named almost.
They haven't played the Falcons. They
They played the Falcons first.
yeah,
played
they
the
did.
Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, you're almost out of NFC teams.
Okay, write them down, Brown. Here we go. I'll
crap.
read the NFC teams again, so we don't do it off the top of our
Go,
memory.
go,
here.
go.
No, they've played the whole.
Falcons.
They've played the whole South. They've played the whole South. They've played. I've done it.
Yeah. Falcons, Cowboys, Saints,
All right.
Seahawks, Packers, Cardinals, Buccaneers,
All right.
49ers, Lions, Vikings, Eagles, Panthers, Bears,
We haven't played the Commanders for sure.
Yeah, that's correct.
or the Redskins.
Either one.
And the only other.
You haven't played yourself.
Oh, the Giants.
The Giants.
Those are the
Commanders
only
and Giants.
two.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
haven't finished the East. That's crazy.
It ain't the Rams' fault. Those two teams suck.
I know. All of their playing. That's
Man, that is
that's an insane
pretty
stat.
nuts. Yeah, I did not believe that. I thought they had played the Seahawks twice.
Thank you, Karen, for sending that to us.
That is crazy.
We do appreciate that. A lot more to get to. We'll talk more NFL later on. Matt LaFleur staying with Green Bay, by the way. It looks like he's going to keep that contract. We'll come back later and ask if Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin are done as Steelers and Rodgers done for his career. Our friends at CPAP Plus, Sleep Home Alabama, gets us to what happened yesterday for Alabama in the portal. Tell us about CPAP Plus.
I saw our man Joe O'Neill yesterday. If you're looking for the best CPAP gear with personal service you can trust, visit CPAP Plus. 3 convenient locations in Birmingham, 5 throughout the state, but the ones around here, Pelham, Highway 280, Trustful. Get in, see Joe O'Neill, Woody O'Neill, great guys. Stop by CPAP Plus. You're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock, ready for you with hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. Trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters. Very important you get that 8 hours of sleep. For more information, o'neillmed.com.
Hey, if you're looking for a bank that plays on your team, Central State Bank is that bank. Your hometown bank serving Shelby County and Tallapoosa County and all of Central Alabama with local people making local decisions. So whether you're chasing dreams or building your business, Central State Bank has the tools, the team, and the personal touch to help you win. With more than 100 years of trusted service, they are large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. They are rooted in community. They are driven by relationships. They are Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Okay, quickly, Tyler, since you're the youngest person on the show, I've powered it off now, but why would my phone be heating up like that? It's fairly new, and nothing's open.
I don't know. You got an iPhone, man.
Oh, yeah. Tyler's a green text. Did you power it back up?
I haven't yet. I'm going to let it sit for a
That's
while.
what happens sometimes if I just use it a lot. It gets really hot. I know you said you weren't using it.
Yeah, there's nothing open. I've closed all the windows.
So sometimes I just turn it off, let it cool off, turn it back on, everything's good.
The only time my phone ever gets hot is if I'm playing a game on it with YouTube picture-in-picture in the corner while I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
You do all that on your phone.
That's doing a lot.
Yeah, multiple stuff open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're able to watch something while you're playing a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this generation.
Boy, that's multitasking right there.
I definitely should not text and drive. That generation, I feel like it's almost like they've acquired that habit.
Watching a movie while gaming? That is crazy.
I feel like they can.
Not a movie, just like a YouTube video that you're not like fully having to watch. Yeah.
I truly believe, I know, like I think my daughter could text without even looking at the phone.
Yeah, but don't you guys try to be more present in the moment, like the older you get?
I try.
It's really hard to be present in the moment when you're doing all that kind of stuff, right?
It is, yeah. I try to put the phone down more often.
Hey, Alabama fans have not been excited in my timeline about the portal so far. They got excited about wide receiver Noah Rodgers, NC State, committing to Alabama yesterday. You go look at his highlights. He's a playmaker. Seems to fit in really nicely with Ryan Williams, Lottie Brooks, what Noah Rodgers brings to the table. It's got a few highlights there. I don't know if you guys saw the highlights there.
I've seen some, yeah.
Does Noah Rodgers pop for you guys?
I mean, I'm not a film guy, so I don't break the film down and say this is what he does well. I saw his, do we still call it a sizzle reel since we're talking about old things? Do we call it that? I saw his sizzle reel. And I'm like, yeah, kid looks like a pretty good player. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
The numbers are okay. Didn't have great quarterback play from C.J. Bailey. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got a little size, 6'2", 205 is what they list him at, but had 33 grabs, 441 yards, and a couple of touchdowns.
I don't
2
know.
years, 68 catches, 919 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's it. But Hayes Fawcett, who covers recruiting for On3 Sports, I like the fit of Noah Rodgers in the Alabama offense alongside Ryan Williams, Lotzier Brooks, and others.
Well, the only thing I would say is back to the point that we talked about with Will Anderson. Cam Coleman is an old-school-looking Alabama receiver.
Right.
This is, I mean, it's a little different. It's a different collection.
Do you give me his this year's numbers again, Jim? Do you have this year's numbers?
2 years is 68, 19, and 3 touchdowns. He was an Ohio State guy, then to NC State, now to Alabama. Yeah. So the fact that Ohio State recruited him, I think, makes you feel like, they probably had pretty good eye on what receivers look like. And then he got there. It was a crowded room. Yeah. He couldn't get out there, so he went to NC State.
Well, the last Ohio State guy to go to Bama as a wide receiver was pretty damn good.
Who couldn't get on the field there at Ohio State, and he was really good at Alabama. I was just going to make the point
Jamison Williams,
that the guy that basically this replaces came to Alabama off a season where he had 56 catches, 616 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Like, those weren't spectacular numbers out of Isaiah Horton at Miami. He was Miami's number 3, in fact. But he came to Alabama to be Alabama's number 3. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination he's coming to Alabama to be the number 1, right? So I think you have to temper these numbers with what is Alabama going to ask him to do? Are they going to ask him to be Ryan Williams? No. They want Ryan Williams to be Ryan Williams. They want Lottie Brooks to be Lottie Brooks. This would, my guess would be your number 3 receiver. What you brought Isaiah Horton in to be. But too often Isaiah Horton was asked to be your number 2 because of Ryan Williams' ineffective play and the fact that Lottie Brooks was just a young guy you were bringing along until later in the year.
They also get Ty Haywood finally to come to Alabama. He was an Alabama verbal, ended up going to Michigan, didn't really contribute a lot there this year, was one of the top offensive linemen in the 2025 recruiting class. He hits the portal and now actually comes to Alabama in a huge position of need. Alabama keeps Bray Hubbard yesterday. That's big.
That's huge. Yeah. I mean, look, I can only remember us talking about how good Bray looked last year, and the only blemish on his entire Alabama career was that Florida State game.
Yep. And he owned it.
Yeah, he did. He owned it and made amends for it.
Yeah, I Brooks told me when we were out in Pasadena and we were getting post-game stuff, he told me, I've got Bray Hubbard. He talks about, his decision going to the NFL. And I was a little taken aback by that. Like, I'm not saying Bray will never play in the NFL, but I don't know that was a decision that was going to the draft right now probably would not be his best decision. Would you guys agree with that? Yeah, I mean, I think he could use another year in college to show what he can do. So I think for Bray Hubbard, this is probably the best decision he can make. I mean, it seems like Kane Womack's defensive philosophy fits Bray Hubbard very well.
The biggest other portal stuff of commitments yesterday was a former Auburn receiver, Malcolm Simmons, who I think anybody would take. He's not Cam Coleman, but he's right there, in my opinion. At times he was more productive than Cam was at Auburn. Texas Tech gets Malcolm Simmons. So as they replace their lineup, Malcolm Simmons to Texas Tech. And then there's
real quick on that, because Texas Tech was very much in the mix for Cam Coleman, who ends up going to Texas. Had Texas guy reach out and said that Texas is really upset with the Cody Campbell putting billboards in Times Square, and that is one team they have said they will not let outbid them. So it's going to be interesting. Texas Tech moving forward. These bidding wars they will get into.
If I was Cody Campbell and had all that money, you know what I'd do today? I'd put a billboard outside of
in Austin,
outside
everywhere.
of Austin, and I would say, "Gotcha! This is the Auburn receiver I wanted. I made you overpay for the other one."
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
You bit my
gotcha.
Bait. Yeah.
And then Ohio State picked up 2 Alabama defensive players yesterday. Guys who I don't think Alabama fans seem too upset that they lost, but when they signed with Ohio State. Both of them yesterday. Defensive lineman James Smith, linebacker Quay Russaw, both are going to be wearing the OHIO Buckeye uniform next year from that crimson and white, that beautiful-looking uniform there. So those were big moves yesterday. We'll talk more portal coming up later in the show, who's winning the portal and all that. Big night in basketball ahead. We'll touch on that for the Tide, where they are in the AP poll. Forrester, before we go to break, we'll do it when we come back because it's basketball related. I'll tell you about it in a break. Hang around. Next segment coming up. Show being brought to you by our friends at Lance'sLock.com and Hemphill. You got basketball tonight. What's on the slate tonight? You got 16th ranked Virginia at number 20 Louisville.
We finally got off the snide last night with the Texans.
Ooh, thank God.
Yeah.
You got UConn and Seton Hall in a trap game tonight. Both teams ranked.
Alabama, big road favorite, -4.5 in Starkville. We will have college hoops up and available for you again, coming off a nice win last night with the Texans. It was a terrible weekend in football. We regrouped, though. New week. We blow it out this week. Jump on board. There's free play every single day at Lance'sLock.com. It is brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling. Any of these issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And when you're planning for lunch today, make it bow time with Bojangles. That chicken rice bowl is back with all the bold flavor you have been missing. It all starts with that hearty scoop of dirty rice, that big spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese, and finally, your choice of chicken. It's hot, it's hearty, it's all yours, and it's just $7.49. Don't wait too long. The bowl is back for a limited time. So if you're hungry, you know where to go. You make it bow time. The drive-thru's open at Bojangles.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
You know what, D? I hate being on this highway with all these 18-wheelers. I don't know what I'd do if I got in an accident with one.
First, call 911 to report the accident, and then hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shannara trial attorney, because accidents with 18-wheelers, delivery truck, and construction vehicles are complicated. Call 1-800-229-7989 or hit them up at Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara trial attorney. We go deeper. We fight harder. We win bigger.
Physical office location, Birmingham. Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC with customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
LT's got some new gear on. I got a new hat on. It's in our store. Is it up yet in the store?
Soon to be in the store.
Soon to be in the store. I think Brown's supposed to model after the show. At least that's what I've heard, all the new gear.
Nextround.store. There, go shop and pick up some gear. That's the old TNA.
Yeah, this is the Legends hoodie. This is apparently what the TNA TNR.
Yeah.
A lot of people do get that confused when they see the hat. This is the Legends gear. Tyler's probably familiar with this. The young kids like the Legends stuff. It's my first piece of Legends. I like it though, man. What are the little things at the end of the shoelace called?
Aglets?
Aglets.
Yeah.
The aglet on a hoodie, you can tell the quality by the hoodie.
I agree.
These aglets are great.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like this hoodie, white hat.
I like the black string with the gray there. That adds a little nuance to it.
I'm very Indiana today, right?
Yes, you are. Hoosiers.
More on the Hoosiers in just a second. Hey, thank you to, where did I write the name down? I know I wrote it somewhere. Dun, 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 dun.
James Robinson.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Danny Glover.
You got a lot of shit written down, man. You ain't gonna be. You ain't pulling this out of your ass now.
You got stuff everywhere over
I'm
there.
just going to go back to my notes.
Yeah, do that.
Bobby McDaniel from you met him a few years ago at Dreamland Barbecue and took a picture with him.
Okay, I'll take his word for that.
Works in Etowah. Well, I'm trying to remember now. Works in Etowah County.
Okay.
Center, Alabama. Was at the Alabama game the other day. And he and his family were at the top of the stairs, and I looked around, and they were sort of looking at me. Nobody was left. I'd just done my video, and I was like, were they watching me do my video, and they think I was an idiot?
Yeah.
Was I too harsh on Bama? And then he pulled up his shirt and showed me the T-shirt he had on underneath. Cool. So I went up and said hi to him, and he goes, do you mind if I get a picture with you? Because I got a picture with Brown once. And I said, well, it'll look a lot better than that, but yeah, let's do it. So and then he later sent me the picture of you guys together. So nice meeting you and your family. And he was not happy with Alabama's defensive performance.
Most aren't. Yeah.
But the best thing about the game on Saturday, and I don't think we get dinged for playing our own national anthem. If we do, I'm going to write a letter to President Trump.
A strongly worded letter, yeah. We shouldn't get dinged for that. That ought to be free use.
It should be. But I want you to listen to and just a sampling here. This was a 13-year-old girl from North Carolina who's apparently out touring, playing violin national anthem. It's just her on a violin, no singing. Our national anthem, hit it here. Just a snippet of it. It's not the entire national anthem, so we apologize for maybe talking over it. But let's hit a little bit of this. I've never heard the anthem on a violin before.
Very pleasant. I've seen it done on guitar.
Isn't that good?
Love string instruments.
Yeah. Someone in every crowd right here screaming. Come on, man.
I would play the over of this in the Super Bowl runtime.
That's good right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Fine song
I
right
sent
there.
that out on Twitter, and I said it was almost cinematic with that lighting and the people just standing and watching, and I don't know. It was moving. It was moving.
It's so unique.
Some people wrote that it was sort of sad, somber, and I was like, it was moving.
Yeah.
It was moving.
I mean, if you did it at a funeral of dignitary.
I mean, Friday night for Indiana, Oregon. What was the husband-wife duo? Former
Warren
veteran.
Treaty.
Yeah, Warren Treaty. Yeah,
Really
he's a
good.
veteran, and
But she's so much better. Like as far as singing, like he's good.
Yeah.
But like once she came in, it was like, damn, dude, she just ran laps around you.
There is a young girl here in town, high school aged. Her uncle is a fan of the show. He's introduced himself to us, and it's his niece.
You get a picture with him?
Perhaps, I can't remember. But she sang it before the Boutwell games the last 2 years. So Jim and I have heard it twice. You heard it this year. Yeah. She's spectacular.
She's done Alabama before. I've sent that out before, too.
She is terrific. And her uncle is a fan of this show, and I wish I could remember the young lady's name because she is terrific.
Well, if
she's Super Bowl
I
level.
want the combo of that and Red Panda at halftime.
Yeah.
That's a perfect game. Doesn't matter what what kind of shitty defense they play.
The Alabama violinist, second on my patriotic of this sporting academic year, God Bless America, Jordan-Hare Stadium with the entire 87,000, 88,000 singing along. That gets me every time. I can't make it through it. I'm sitting on the sidelines trying to shoot it for our content, and tears are rolling down my cheek. It is so awesome. And I forget which game it was. I think it was I don't know if it was the Georgia game. Was I there for an Oklahoma game? Maybe it was just the Georgia game.
Brooks says the Georgia game.
It was the Georgia game. It was just so good. And
Tough loss.
It was right at sun. The sun was setting. And
Yeah. Well, I've heard some good ones. Natalie Grant sang right before the Christian music artist, right before Alabama, Georgia up in Indianapolis, and she was fantastic.
Oh, I was talking about this academic year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, all time. Yeah.
All time. She was good. Chris,
she was good.
Zach Brown Band before Alabama, Georgia, oddly.
Yeah.
The one over in Atlanta.
2017.
They were really good, yeah.
All time great. I love them. I never want to end the national anthem or the flyovers and all that.
Oh,
it's
heck no.
It's just so good. I was just talking about this
Oh,
academic
yeah.
year.
No, that girl was really good on the violin. Good for her.
All right. Part of the show today being brought to you by our friends at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. We'll talk a little Bama basketball and then Indiana, Miami, all in this segment. Before we get to Clay Travis, tell us about Shannara.
Shannara.com. That is the website to go to. Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. When you find yourself in need of an attorney for any reason, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys is the place you go. He is a Birmingham guy, Birmingham born and bred, and he wanted to start a firm that would handle anything his community faced. He has done just that, and they now not only handle the personal injury claims you're aware of, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, a host of other claims with Alexander Shannara. So when you find yourself in need of a lawyer for any reason, call Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys first. Shannara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com.
All right. Cut number one, Tyler. Alabama 18th in the AP poll. We were debating if they would stay in there. Pretty firmly in there. 41 straight appearances in the AP poll.
Yeah, as soon as we said that, you start thinking about you're not going to get punished for losing on the road to an undefeated Vanderbilt top 10 team.
Yeah. But then you lost at home to Texas, who was way down in Ken Palm. That's why I thought they would drop. But Alabama still with the number one toughest schedule. I'm not sure the AP poll factors that in. But 41 straight AP poll appearances. They need this win tonight for sure.
I was going to ask, do you know if that's a school record? I would have to guess that's the longest streak of Alabama in the AP poll. 41,
I don't know.
41 consecutive is, that's a good long run in college basketball. Obviously.
It really is. So 41 straight. Mississippi State and Oklahoma this week to try to make it 42. Tonight, Alabama plays Josh Hubbard and Mississippi State and Jaden Epps of Mississippi State. Combined, they're averaging 39 points a game, those two. There's only one other duo that's averaging more points than them.
And it's probably LeBaron Philon and Aiden Holloway.
40 points.
Yeah. I would say this, though. You look at the last two primary ball handlers, Tyler Tanner, 29 for Vanderbilt, Jordan Pope, 28. Now you're going against Josh Hubbard in 4 career games against Alabama. He's averaged 20 points per game. Now he's 0 for 4 against Alabama, and Alabama has Nate Oates' own Mississippi State. They are 1-11 their last 12 against Nate Oates and Alabama.
Was it the last trip to Starkville, though, where Hubbard scored like 78 points, it felt like, wasn't it? Was it that the game, I think? So he has had his games, as you said, against Alabama, but State can't find a way to turn that into a win.
He's got to be licking his chops, though, because this Alabama team right now in the bottom 30 in D1 in scoring defense, giving up right at 82 or almost 83 points per game, 82.7 points per game.
Wait,
that's got to get better.
Did you say bottom 30 in D1?
Yeah.
Isn't that like 300 teams?
You're in the bottom 10%.
Now that's
like
points.
there are 300 teams better than?
Yeah.
But to be fair to Alabama, now it's only going to
I get it.
It's only going to improve some. It's not going to be bottom 30 in this category. As Nate told us on the show, you guys can keep talking about our stats, and these were positive per game stats. Nate's like, I care about per possession stats. So I'd like to see where Alabama's defense falls, and perhaps I can try to find that per possession.
Yeah, but when you're giving up 92 at home to Texas, that's
too
a
many.
problem.
No, I don't care how many possessions Texas has. 92 is too many.
Here's Nate Oates talking about Hubbard and the defense needed tonight, 8 o'clock, as you watch that game on the SEC Network and listen to Chris Stewart and Brian Passing on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Our defense has to get a lot better decision-making at the rim and in the paint, with our particular guards making the right reads. Those are the two big areas of emphasis. And on defense, it's everything. We're just not giving enough effort. So I thought practice this morning was a lot better. But we're facing the leading scorer in the SEC, and he happens to be a guard. And last 2 games, guards have gone for 29, 28 on us. Hubbard's averaging 23. So we've got our hands full. He's averaging almost 30 in SEC games. So our guards are going to have to answer the bell because he's scoring at a better clip than anybody in the league right now. So it's going to be a tough match, and we're looking forward to getting back on the floor. That's a good thing with basketball is you have a tough game like you had Saturday, turn right around, play on Tuesday. They got a chance to show themselves a couple days later.
Yeah, that Saturday Tuesday turn always seems very fast in basketball. A 2-game losing streak, on the road for 2 this week, 2 that you're expected to win, but 4.5's the number. So, any gut feeling from either one of you about tonight?
I like Alabama.
I think Bama wins the game. Do they cover?
Ooh, boy, that's a tie win if they don't cover 4.5. I think a lot of times you need a wake-up call. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way, but it is, I think, for all of us. You just need a wake-up call sometimes. I got to think losing at home to Texas had to be a pretty good wake-up call because you beat Kentucky and you think anytime you beat Kentucky, that's a great win. I don't care that this is a pretty average Kentucky team, which it is. It's a great win. You go on the road at Vandy and you're like, man, if we'd had Sherrell and Philon the whole game, probably win that game. So you're feeling pretty good about yourself, right? And then you're like, okay, we just rolled the basketball out here and beat Texas. Well, you don't.
12.5-point favorite, actually trailed by 13 at one point in the second half.
That's right. So I think that was a pretty good wake-up call. And I kind of like when you need a win, you need to show your mettle and what you're made of. I kind of like doing that with a road game. Like, I think that's easier to do at a road game because you're already like, it's the world against us now already, and now we put ourselves in this position. This is the time we play our best game. And I kind of think Alabama's in a good spot here that it's a road game rather than another home game.
I don't know how good. I mean, we know how good Josh Hubbard is. I don't know how good this 10-6 Mississippi State team is. They're 7-1 at home. But, boy, you lose this game after winning 11-12 against Mississippi State.
Yes.
Boy, this would be a bad loss.
Yeah.
Bad loss to drop to 1-3 in conference.
Yeah, Florida and Oklahoma tonight and a bunch of other games. And Auburn in action tomorrow. We'll hear from Stephen Pearl. Maybe later in the show today, definitely tomorrow before Auburn gets ready to play on the road, tough Missouri team that beat Florida the other night on that same floor that Auburn plays at tomorrow night. So that's basketball. We go to the national championship game in football, and a lot to consider before we play the game next Monday. But there are big narratives that go on in college sports all the time in the media platforms. Yesterday, Joel Klatt had one on the show that went sort of pseudo-viral again, where he talked about the SEC dominance and leverage, and all of that is really, it's just a false narrative now that the Big Ten is the conference that has got the dominance right now. But then there's the ACC that has Miami playing for the national championship game, playing in the national championship game for the national championship, and they're at home. Here's Mario Cristobal on the narrative now about the ACC if his team was able to win this thing.
I believe the ACC is like 9-4 in postseason play this year. And I think a lot of the reasons why we have progressed is some of the teams that we have faced throughout the course of the season in our conference. The level of play from a quarterback standpoint, line of scrimmage standpoint, I think has proven itself in the postseason. And for us, it proved itself against us and made us a better team, in terms of making adjustments, increasing our level of physicality. And it's been a really, really good year for the conference. And if you look at the coaches that have been hired, the way the rosters are shaping up, both from a transfer portal standpoint and a high school recruiting standpoint, the conference is only going to get better and better. And we're certainly, appreciative of some of the, just all the support that we have gotten from the ACC and looking forward to more great years to come.
Just the right time for the ACC. This has happened for Miami, right?
Yeah, but you didn't even get your conference champion in this thing. And
I was about to say.
Yeah, and what do you guys, do you think it's more Big 12 like, or do you think the ACC becomes more SEC Big 10 with multiple bids? I know they got multiple bids 2 years ago, but I don't see it moving forward. I see a lot of inconsistency, and 1 year Miami might be good and 1 year Florida State might be good. I don't know.
I think this was important just on the existence, to stay alive, to keep from breaking up. I think this is how big this was for the ACC. Forget about getting the multiple bids down the road. I think this was trending towards not existing anymore.
Oh, yeah. And it still could. Like, any of these teams given the opportunity to jump to the SEC or the Big Ten, do it in a heartbeat.
Where is Florida State and Clemson on their suit?
That has now been settled, and because of that, Miami is $20 million richer during this postseason because of Florida State, rival Florida State, and Clemson's lawsuit, the new incentives program. Through 3 games now, Miami's not giving any of that to the ACC. They've got $20 million in their pocket.
That's why you can offer Ty Simpson 6.5, right?
In theory, yeah. If they're the ones doing it, that's why. You know, I was about to say as I was listening to Mario Cristobal, this is actually great timing for Miami because, you know, with Clemson down, and I don't think Clemson, with all due respect to Dabo Swinney, I'm just not sure Clemson ever gets back to where they were. I think they're going to be a good team in the ACC, competing occasionally for the ACC, but never dominating the ACC. I don't think Dabo Swinney will ever get Clemson back there. And I was going to say, this is a good time because, boy, you could take over and run the ACC. And then it occurred to me, Ryan, they were not even in the conference championship game. So, I mean, I do still think, though, that Miami could take over and run that conference. They could finally be what we thought Miami might be in the ACC is the team that runs that conference, and they've never done it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can take this conference seriously when you've got Duke and Virginia playing for the conference
it
championship,
is odd.
But Miami is there playing for the national championship, and, you know, they get in that final bid, and, boy, they've peaked at the right time.
I will just make the point that in the history of the 12-team playoff, a conference championship game participant has never won it.
Wait a minute. Say
No,
that again.
that's not true.
In the history of a 12-team playoff, a conference championship game participant has never won it.
You're right, because Ohio State was the one. I was like, Michigan won the Big Ten a couple of years ago, but it was 14 playoff.
I bet that's about to change, but okay. We're going to change that in year 2 when Indiana wins.
Well, we got 60 minutes to say maybe not.
Yeah.
Miami's got a shot to keep that streak alive.
I don't know where you can't put the number any higher because it's in Miami's backyard. 8 is a big number in this game, but I mean, what are the chances Miami's going to go 11 of 19 for third downs like they did against Ole Miss? 10 penalties against Ole Miss. I mean, if they play like they did against Ole Miss, I know they won that game. They get beat by 14.
You didn't even mention the biggest thing to me that would impact this game that they did against Ole Miss, and that is, and it's really not Miami's fault necessarily, whatever Ole Miss did to neutralize Bain and Mesidor. Like if Indiana is able to do that.
Oh, 1 sack for Miami against Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Early on, watch, and we got all week to talk about the actual game on the field, but early on, watch Miami's offensive line because Cristobal loves to push people around, sometimes as many as 8 offensive linemen in the game. And the size difference between Miami's offensive lineman and Indiana's defensive line is massive. Now, it was massive for Alabama against Indiana, and Alabama's offensive line couldn't get it done. Let's see what they're able to do if they're committed to just playing murder ball, as we used to call it in Tuscaloosa. And Mario Cristobal is part of that. If they're going to line up and just try to use the beef to push those little guys around, shorten the game, see what they're able to do, we'll see next Monday night. But big for the ACC that Miami's in this game, and if they were to shock the world, that could go a long way for the ACC respect. Both teams fairly healthy as we get ready for that game next Monday, and that'll only get better. All right, before we get to the viewing menu and Clay Travis, Ty Simpson, you brought it up. Nick Kelly doing the reporting at AL.com, $6.5 million, all of that. Nick Kelly saying it has caused the family to pause, to at least think about this.
Should.
And I think tomorrow's decision day for early enrollees. I think that's right.
For
midweek to put your name in for the NFL draft early decision.
That's not the deadline.
Oh, I thought it was.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong about this.
I'll look it up.
I find it really interesting. Both Joel Klatt and Brock Heward said yesterday Ty Simpson should go back.
They weren't the only ones.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of people out there. You know, it's such a difficult decision because, again, Scouts Inc. has got the most talented, best available quarterback is Ty Simpson. If you go in the first round, you are guaranteed a minimum of a 4-year, $13.5 million deal. That's pick number 32. But if you come back, you get the reps, you get $6.5 million, maybe you win a national championship, maybe you win a Heisman Trophy, and maybe you're the number 1 pick overall next year.
Playoff participants get until the 23rd. So tomorrow is the hard deadline, unless your team was in the college football playoff. If you were in the college football playoff, you get until the 23rd. So Ty Simpson's technically got a couple more weeks to mull this thing over.
And I would take all the time.
Days.
And, boy, I would do all the due diligence.
You sure it's not still participating in the playoffs?
The standard hard deadline for underclassmen not in the college football playoff. The 23rd, the final extended deadline for players on teams that persist. Oh, yeah, that's right. The 23rd. I'm sorry. That is national championship teams. My apologies there. So, yeah.
But you still got to get a little bit more, right? Or
no,
it is tomorrow?
Yeah. He's on the hard deadline then if they're not the national championship.
Today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
God, have you
Decision
guys
time.
Man, I've only had like 2 or 3, maybe 4 decisions in my life, not even to the magnitude of that. You do the pros and cons, and you sit there and you go back and forth. You never know if you make the right decision until you're on the other side of it.
And sometimes you don't even know that.
I mean, this is, it's a great spot to be in. I mean, he's going to be a multimillionaire.
You guys mentioned some of the people that weighed in on our social media site. A lot of the big people that commentate and cover college football with the tweet that we sent out were commenting on it. The Louis Riddicks of the world. And everyone I saw of people whose names I recognize and respect were like, go back, kid. Go get that. If you can get $6.5 million, get it. The NFL will be here next year as well. They're not going out of business anytime soon. So go get the $6.5 million.
They always say that, but if you go back and you have an injury, or if you go back and you suck,
Carson Beck. I mean, look, he didn't suck, but he didn't play to the level a lot of people believed he would, and then he had that. I mean, that was a catastrophic injury based on the fact that if he would have been coming out and would have been the number one guy at the end of the year. I mean, you can get an insurance policy which will pay you millions of dollars, which the school would, pony up for that.
Yeah, you also know how next year will go. That'll be the year they tear him apart. This is the year they built them up.
Yeah.
Year 2 is when they tear you apart. So, I mean, now, look.
I can't imagine Ty Simpson in the NFL right now.
I'm with you, Lance, but I could imagine a team like your Rams that aren't in immediate need of quarterback, but are in a near future need of quarterback, taking him and saying, all right, let's let him learn under a Matthew Stafford. Or, let's let him.
Jimmy Garoppolo, more than likely.
Yeah.
Well, you watched the pass rush last night from the Texans on just how quick that is, and you compare it to good pass rushes in college and how quick that is. It's double
world.
fast. Double fast.
Like Aaron Rodgers couldn't deal with it last night.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot walk into the Canton Hall of Famer day one.
Yeah, the acumen, the muscle memory, everything is just it's. Some people just don't ever get used to the speed.
Yeah, it's just when you watch that pass rush last night and compare it to the best pass rush he faced, say Oklahoma or whomever.
If I'm an NFL team, one thing I think I do like about Ty Simpson though is because you don't get a ton of this in college football anymore, and it was frustrating to Alabama fans the amount of reads and adjustments he had to make at the line of scrimmage. That is very pro football.
Yeah.
Like in college now, a lot of the reading's done for you from the sidelines. You look at the sidelines, they tell you where to throw it. Lane Kiffin specifically. But he didn't do a lot of that. He was having to read the defense, move guys, change formations, change plays. The NFL, you got to do that all the time in the NFL.
I think there's probably a lot you like about him. The offensive line was shaky at best. You had no run game at all. You're coming off a terrible loss to begin the season, and you saw how he was able to rally the troops. So there's a lot you like about him. It's just a lack of reps and, the ability to come back and make money that no college quarterback, well, maybe Sam Leavitt did yesterday, has ever been able to make.
Clay Travis coming up on the other side. Clay had some outrageous comments about Kalen DeBoer. We'll ask him about that. The show being brought to you by our friends at Inverness Country Club. Tell us about Inverness.
Great place to go. Look, if you're a golfer, I see Brown has got shorts on today. I'm going to assume you're playing later today.
I am absolutely playing after the show.
Are you playing
Jimmy D as well.
Are you playing at
shorts?
You playing in shorts?
In shorts.
Are you playing at the Inverness Country Club?
I am not playing at Inverness today. I'm a guest of another friend of mine at another course, but I'll be at Inverness this week.
Okay. You can find your sense of community at the Inverness Country Club. You play golf. The wife loves the social membership. Coming up this summer, they're going to love the resort-style pool complex, and you're both going to love the child care. Such a big plus. You and your wife want a day of golf or tennis. Guess what? Drop the kid right there. Go have yourself a day on the court or course. Best days happen in Inverness. To take a tour of this unbelievable club, call Erin. Tell her the next round sent you. 205-991-8608 or online ICCalabama.com.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Leslie and her board-certified team. I saw them yesterday, and they were like, good job, Jim. You made it through the holidays. Hadn't been since the holidays. You made it through the holidays and only gained a couple of pounds. Let's get that back off of you. Snack bars for me, the protein bars keep me from bad snacking. You can get injection therapies to meal replacement, everything in between, a huge menu of a multitude of different ways to help you with your weight loss journey, maybe an eating plan to help you with sleep apnea, diabetes. They can help you with a ton of different things. Low blood sugar, high blood pressure. different ways that your eating can help control your health, and they'll do that for you. Get details at aplanforme.com. First consultation's free, no contracts, no sign-up fees. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Oh, watch out, lady. What are you doing? Oh, man. Come on, man. Shouting just destroyed my whip.
Say, little man, you need to call Alexander Sonara, man.
What the hell? Yeah, Alexander Sonara trial attorney. I heard they get you paid quick, fast, and in a hurry. With 500 attorneys. And staff holding it down for clients they've represented in 50 states. 659-777-7777. Or Sonara.com. Alexander Sonara trial attorney suing the insurance company, not the individual. Call me, Alabama. Legal services provided by Baylor and any other provider.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit UrologyCentersAlabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Clay Travis will join us in a second to talk college football and what's going on in the world. By the way, before, Brownie, you tell us about Bojangles, our tender moment of the day is it's you know, there are breakups in life and there are people getting back together, Brooks Koepka is on his way back from the Live to the PGA Tour. They've got what they've created is a returning member program. Basically a program it looks like the PGA Tour has created, Brown, to a fine window to get Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau back into the PGA Tour. Just those three guys. Maybe the Cam guy.
Cam Smith.
Because you have to have won a major or the Players between 2022 and 2025, basically putting up a sign saying, not you, Phil Mickelson, but everyone else that has won a major. You can come back in by our returning member program, but you have to decide by February the 2nd. Brooks Koepka is going to do it.
Yeah, and I bet those other ones do too, and you can start the clock on Live.
Live bottomless pockets, but, they're...
But what's it done for them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Sooner or later you get to a point where there is no return on investment at all.
Yeah.
And you've got to, what are we going on, year 3 for Live?
Or 4 maybe, and it has not gotten a foothold anywhere.
Remember, it was going to be sports washing is what that was called.
But
right?
people have to watch it for that to matter.
Right. And
you don't even know where you can find it.
Yeah, and the world has changed a little bit where I don't think you need as much washing anymore.
That's true. Yeah, everything's dirty. Everything's dirty. That is the tender moment before we go to Clay. It is presented by our friends at Bojangles. Right now at your local Bojangles, that chicken rice bowl is back. You can go grab that for lunch or dinner at Bojangles. It starts with a hearty scoop of dirty rice, a big spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese, and finally your choice of chicken. It is hot, it is hearty, it is all yours for just $7.49 at your local Bojangles. Don't wait too long. The bowl is back for a limited time only. So if you're hungry, you know where to go. Drive-thru's open. Make it bow time with Bojangles.
Did Clay break a hip?
I don't know. Clay Travis with us. We're watching you. Clay does not appear on video, but we see him. Are you limping, Clay? Was he limping?
I don't think so. I was going upstairs. Maybe that's what.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're healthy.
Made it seem like. So far as I know, I'm still alive. I haven't shaved. Since December 19th, so I'm growing a pretty substantial beard at this point. But
you're like a POW right now.
I was going to ask you, where's the volleyball you've been talking to?
Look, I just came back from the Caribbean, so I'm not getting a haircut, and I'm growing the beard. Let's see how long I can keep it going.
Let's do you want to start with your outrageous?
Come on. Hey, let me ask you. I got a bone to pick with you. You think Kalen DeBoer is going to be fired in the middle of the season? You're on my timeline telling me Kalen DeBoer is going to be fired in the middle of next season? We're in a world now we're going to have at least 16 playoff teams. You could lose 3 games and still be in the playoffs next year.
I'm not sure Alabama's going to be a top half SEC team next year. In all seriousness, I'm not sold on your quarterback position. You couldn't run the ball at all last year. I don't think you've gotten better in the transfer portal relative to players lost versus players gained. I think, look, Ty Simpson is going to be a first-round quarterback. I don't think you're going to replace him with a first-round quarterback. I'm not very optimistic on Alabama. I think there's a decent chance that the Kalen DeBoer gets fired during the season next year.
90% remaining contract. That's his buyout, Clay. So it's a lot of money. It's going to have to go really, really bad for Alabama, who is not flush with cash like some of these other places, to fork over that kind of money.
Let me tell you, Clay, I've already saved the video, and I've already drafted my tweet back to you, and it's sitting in my drafts ready to roll the moment Alabama's in the playoffs next year.
Okay. I'm not optimistic that they're going to be in the playoffs. And frankly, I'm not optimistic that the SEC is going to have that many good teams next year. Because I think, if you're being honest, the SEC is on a pretty big downward slope right now. Embarrassed in most of the bowl games. Ole Miss was, of all things, the last team standing. Look, I think Lane Kiffin's LSU team will be much improved. I think Texas will be really good. They're obviously going all in. I think Arch Manning will be the best quarterback in college football next year.
When have we heard
that?
I
think both. No, I get it. But, by the end of the year, he was really, really good. And if you look at the talent that they're putting around him on the offensive side, I think LSU and Texas will both be very good. A&M should be very solid. Marcel Reed needs to get a little bit more accurate. So I feel pretty good about those 3. I'm not sold really beyond those three on there being anybody that I'm looking at and saying, hey, these teams are going to be elite. I think Tennessee will be okay. I think Alabama will be okay. I think that Florida will be not as bad as they were last year. I think Georgia obviously is going to be good, but I think you can look at Georgia and ask whether they're on the downward slope as well. But look, I don't think there's reason for a tremendous amount of optimism in the SEC, and I'm not sure that having seen what we've seen the last 2 years of the 12-team playoff, I don't know that the College Football Playoff Committee and the poll voters are going to give the SEC sort of the front runner bonus that the conference came to deserve over the last 15 or 20 years. I think those days may be gone. So, yes, I'm not sure, by the way, that we're going to 16. I think maybe more likely we stick at 12. We'll see what ends up happening between now and the next couple of weeks in that spot. But that would be my, general, leave aside any particular team, general characterization of where we are in the SEC right now.
Well, because of all that, isn't it important now to expand the playoffs if you're Greg Sankey to sort of come off your stance a little bit and also guarantee some automatic bids because of everything you just said?
I think 16 is the right number. I've said 16 for a long time. There's a lot of push from the Big Ten for 24. So I think you could end up in a situation where the debate is 16 or 24, and as a result, you just decide to stay at 12. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think there's a calculus where that could end up happening. I think right now what they're trying to do is say, okay, we'll go to 16 for a couple of years, but we want an agreement that we're going to take it to 24 within 3-4 years, 2 years, whatever the math is that they agree to. And I think that's one of the behind-the-scenes battles going on right now.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 coaches. You give me in order who gets fired first and who lasts the longest. Pete Golding, Brent Venables, Kalen DeBoer.
I think Pete Golding is going to get a ton of goodwill right now because of how he handled the postseason and because of the mess that Lane Kiffin left him. So I feel very good. It would stun me. Again, this is leaving aside some sort of, inappropriate behavior of some sort of nature that gets people fired, which obviously the Sharon Moore-like situation. So I think Pete Golding definitely is going to get 2 full years at this point in time. I don't feel like Brent Venables or Kalen DeBoer are guaranteed 2 more years at this point in time. So I think Kalen DeBoer's on a hotter seat even than Brent Venables. So I would go DeBoer 1, Venables 2, Golding 3.
It's just, these buyouts are so out of control, and it's so difficult to justify spending that kind of money on buyouts at some of these schools, Clay, when you're seeing what the big money schools are doing in the transfer portal.
Yeah, but let me say this too. I don't know what the contracts say about offset, right? Because everybody lost their minds over James Franklin getting fired.
Right. Ended up being a great financial move by them.
Yeah, right. And look, I think if you're, let's say Brian Kelly, if you're firing a 65-year-old guy, I think the offset language, provided that it is in there, can be challenging because a lot of schools, I think, candidly look at Brian Kelly and say, you're too old for us to want to hire you right now. And so that the offset language, I think, can be an issue because he really may not be able to get an equivalent job. So he goes and does television for $500K a year, and you're on the hook for whatever it is, the other 9.5 of his $10 million contract, right? We know with Jimbo at A&M, they have different levels of money. At Texas A&M at Texas, they were willing to stroke him the full check no matter what. I do think that matters. I don't know what it says. There's always leaks going both directions. Most people don't get to see the full contract in its totality. Necessarily. You guys may have. I don't know. I know sometimes there's freedom of information requests that or state law that mandates the contracts be released in some form or fashion. So I do think that factors in here because everybody says, oh, my God, there's a $50 million buyout. But the reality is Kalen DeBoer would get a job somewhere. Brent Venables would get a job somewhere, right? So as long as there's offset language, you may only have to pay 25% of that overall cost.
Okay, you are advising Ty Simpson can get $6.5 million from, I don't know, people say maybe Miami, maybe Tennessee, or he can go on to the NFL draft and maybe gets drafted in the first round, maybe he doesn't. What do you tell him to do?
Nobody has talked about this. I actually think it's somewhat interesting. If he didn't get drafted where he wanted to get drafted, could he come back to college football?
Well, I don't know, Clay, if this has been tested yet in the courts, but
yeah,
as I watch what's going on in college basketball,
that's what I'm hitting at.
Yeah, it becomes fascinating.
Yeah, but the problem is you're holding somebody hostage. If the New York Giants take him in the second round, I'm just throwing out a random team.
But they would still have his rights when he went back to the NFL.
Yeah, but the NFL. It's the NFL that would have a problem with this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the NCAA does right now, but they may not once the courts get done with it.
Yeah, look, so, I mean, the challenge for Ty, and, I would say anybody that's in this situation is, let's say you think, hey, I'm going to be the third quarterback taken. And I think that's probably likely, right? Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza are going to go the first two, I think most people would say, come May. And then I think there's a very strong argument that Ty will be the third quarterback. Well, the third quarterback could end up going 14, right? That'd be possible, if you look at the rosters. Or you could end up going 45 or 63, right? And I think that becomes the challenge, because if you go 14, it's a no-brainer. You should go to the NFL. If you go outside of the first round, I would argue you should come back, because if you play really well, you could have a situation like a Cam Ward, right, where you go and you make yourself undoubtedly the overall number one pick, and you don't even cost yourself any money at all, because you're getting more money than you would have gotten when you were drafted, and you're then getting the $50 million plus guarantee that the number one overall pick gets. So the challenge here is you don't have precise information. I think most teams gave Ty a first or second round grade. But the difference between being a first-round guy and a second-round guy is tens of millions of dollars. So that is where it becomes, I think, super challenging when it comes, which is why I said, let's say he fell to the third round. You might create a bit of a mess in the NFL, but college has set the precedent for basketball that you can be drafted in the NBA, play in the G League, play overseas as a professional, and still be considered eligible to return to college football. I think there's a world. Now, LT's correct that, you're talking about holding a team hostage a little bit. You miss spring practice. But how often do you see a guy get injured in spring practice, or a team thinks, hey, this quarterback we thought as a freshman or sophomore was going to be the guy. Yeah, he's not the guy. We're even more desperate come the end of spring practice than we thought we might be. I don't even know that his overall market value would go down very much if he decided to make that choice.
Here's why I like where he is right now, and let me ask you this question. I'm going to take you back to the 2022 draft, and I'm not going to ask you to remember this, but it was a weird quarterback draft. There were no quarterbacks taken in the first 15, 16 picks. The highest quarterback taken was Kenny Pickett. The last quarterback taken was Brock Purdy. Who would you have rather been in that draft now? Brock Purdy's got how big's that contract?
Oh, it's massive. It's $45 million.
$200 million deal, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't even know.
For 4 years, I wanted to be Kenny Pickett.
You did. But it is a bigger picture than that. And I think a guy like Ty Simpson, he's got a good grounding under him. His father's a coach. I mean, I think he can look at that and say, and this is my point in bringing this up, Clay. You say maybe he's picked 14 or 15. I mean, I think I had rather. I'll use this example. If you tell me you can be drafted by the Raiders, the Jets in the first two picks, or Lance's Rams take you sit behind Matt Stafford and see what happens. I say sign me up for Lance's Rams and sit behind Matt Stafford.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk that the Rams love him and could see him as a replacement for Matthew Stafford. When you're a first-round pick, the team gets the fifth-year option. The reality is, most of the time, if your fifth-year option's being picked up and they're not talking about a major extension, you haven't actually been that successful, right? Because what they don't want to have happen is you to hit unrestricted free agency. So the reality is, by the time you get to, year 3.5 on that contract, they're talking in earnest about what to do to try to get you a new deal, sort of worked out in the time in the future. Because the one thing that's pretty consistent is nobody who's any good at quarterback, if they're healthy, there are some exceptions where you have a Drew Brees-like situation, but of course Phillip Rivers was coming in to replace him. But you almost never have a healthy NFL quarterback hit free agency. Kirk Cousins has done it, but the value of a really good quarterback is so high that nobody really is very often willing to roll the dice and end up in that situation where somebody just walks.
By the way, as you talk, Bryce Young in Carolina's picking up the 5th-year option. They had to make the decision Clay was just talking about, and they just announced they're picking up the 5th-year option on him. No word yet on an extended long-term contract. They've got him through 2027.
Hey, to the NFL, speaking of that real quick, Clay, what looks to be the worst decision? The Tennessee Titans getting rid of Mike Vrabel or the Minnesota Vikings letting Sam Darnold go?
I think by far it's Darnold because, look, if you told me, I like Mike Vrabel. I know him well. He's killing it, obviously, with the Patriots. But if you told me you can have a elite quarterback for the next 5 years or an elite head coach for the next 5 years, it's not even close. It's the quarterback. And so Sam Darnold, look, I mean, he might win a Super Bowl this year, crazily, with the Seahawks. And they let him walk. Now, to be fair, you could go back and say the Jets let him walk, right? So the Vikings at least got him on a scrap heap and redeemed him. But I think by far, anytime you let a star quarterback of elite caliber out of your building, it's way bigger of a whiff. You can find a coach who can win with a star quarterback a lot easier than you can find a star quarterback.
Boy, where is Sam Darnold on the Trent Dilfer line? If he wins the Super Bowl, where is he in relation to the Trent Dilfer line?
Oh, he's better than Dilfer.
He's better than Dilfer, but I think Vrabel is a borderline elite coach, and I think Darnold's a good quarterback.
I think Vrabel has changed the Patriots organization for the next 15 years.
Yeah,
I mean, isn't Sam Darnold still only like 27 years old?
Yeah. Yeah.
Clay.
I mean, he was a young NFL draft pick. I mean, based on birthday and everything else, I feel like he was in the league at like 20. What was that stat that was out there that was Stetson Bennett is older than Lamar Jackson? Remember when that was out there? I think that's true.
Yeah, 28 by the way.
And that's 28. I mean, so look, if you're a 28-year-old quarterback, I mean, you have got what is Stafford, like 37?
30,
now?
Yeah, coming up on 38.
So, I mean, you've got a full decade of, as long as you can stay somewhat healthy, being really, really good. And LT, you watch Stafford more than I do, but it seems like Matthew Stafford's still got 2 or 3 really good years left. I mean, Favre is 42, and even at 42, he can't move that well in the pocket, but he's still got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, look, I mean, Stafford, he can't move at all, but this is by far his, even in 2021 when they won a Super Bowl, this is his best year.
So, I mean, you feel like he's still got 2 or 3 years, and they've done a good job building around him. That would be my only concern if I were repping Ty Simpson is, I think Aaron Rodgers set for 3 years behind Brett Favre, if I'm not mistaken. That's, and I know that Jordan Love set a little bit, but it was sitting 1 year, okay. Mahomes, I believe, set 1 year. But when you get into sitting for the second season, I think that starts to get tough.
I feel like there was some revisionist history written about Mike Vrabel at Tennessee, though. I mean, a lot of people say that, boy, what were the Titans doing? And I had to look it up. I mean, his last 2 years are 7-10, 6-11. Now, before that, they had home field twice in the playoffs, including the 1 seed where they got upset by Cincinnati when the Bengals went on that great run to the Super Bowl.
This is going to be the same situation with John Harbaugh. I mean, but Harbaugh did win a Super Bowl. But
you're right. When Harbaugh goes and wins somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes to the Falcons, they win the South next year.
What were the Ravens doing getting rid of John Harbaugh?
Mike Tomlin, when he leaves Pittsburgh and goes win somewhere else.
So, Clay, I feel
look, I think the difference with Harbaugh, and they looked at it and they said the Harbaugh-Lamar Jackson combo, for whatever reason, is not translating into the postseason, right? The Ravens have lost a lot of games as a favorite. Lamar Jackson has not been able to play at an MVP caliber level in the postseason. Now, who do you put that on? Your, $200 million quarterback contract, or your head coach who's been there for 18 years or whatever the heck John Harbaugh has been there? I feel like that was a somebody's got to go situation. And unlike with the Titans, I mean, the Titans basically, when they traded A.J. Brown, and you go look at the draft picks that they made, I mean, we're talking about a colossal series of failures there. There wasn't an either or. I think the Mike Vrabel situation was actually a little bit with the GM, Rand Carthon, a little bit of a power struggle there. And yeah, look, Drake May looks like he's going to be, unfortunately, in the same way that Brown, your team has been looking for the next Dan Marino for 30
time.
years now, or whatever it is. It looks like the Patriots are going to be in the dark ages for just a couple of years, and they may go Brady, whiff for 3 or 4 years, and then boom, they got Drake May for the next 15. And that's where the Packers obviously have hit on that. It's certain teams end up in the dark ages for a long time trying to replace. I don't think the Titans have ever really replaced Steve McNair, to be honest. They've had a lot of different guys who have been sort of patchwork quality, but there's never been a time where you thought, hey, like this guy's the unquestioned, future of the franchise for the next decade. I had hopes for Mariota, but that was basically it over the last, 20 years.
All right, he is Clay Travis. He's the founder of Outkick. You see him on Fox at Clay Travis on social media as well. Thank you for the time, Clay. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, appreciate y'all. See you.
All right, buddy. Clay with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And before we look at the viewing menu, our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama remind you that they will take a look at everything going on in your health world. And guys, as you move from your 20s to your 30s, you're not as bulletproof as you once were, and early detection will literally save your life. Urology Centers of Alabama has been saving lives with great compassion in Central Alabama for over 70 years, 16 wonderful locations. Get the details at urologycentersalabama.com or make an appointment, 205-930-0920. 16 locations, as I said, everything from prostate health to kidney stones, vasectomies, with the best urologists in the business, men and women as well. Urology Centers of Alabama, urologycentersalabama.com, and our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
Yeah, make the phone call I made back in 2003, more than 2 decades ago. I had the 2200 vision, legally blind without the aid of contacts after the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. 2015 vision, better than 2020. Dr. Mark Michelson, first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama. Make the call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She is going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation, 0 to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, you can always go online, michelsonlaservision.com.
All right. So first off, I went to the theater yesterday. And
shocker.
Big shocker. I never do that. I saw Is This Thing On, starring Will Arnett and Laura Dern. And
Is this thing on?
Yes, it is. And I really enjoyed it.
I kind of want to see this.
Yep.
I like Will Arnett. Is he pretty good in it?
Yeah, he's great in this. If you like that sort of self-pity, self-deprecating kind of character he does in BoJack Horseman, then I think you'll really like this movie.
Is all the stand-up improvised?
I don't know. I haven't heard either way on that.
I mean, did it seem like it, though, maybe?
Some of it did, definitely. But
I mean, just because when you go to one of those open mics, that can be so uncomfortable. Like 99.9%, it's really uncomfortable. Like, I don't go to a lot of open mics and laugh. Do you guys?
I don't go to a lot of open mics.
Well, I mean, I don't either. But I mean, the handful of that I've stumbled into.
Like, if you go back to my stand-up.
Way better than I would have thought.
Give me a grade, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
was it a C?
No, for the first time you've ever done it, I would actually give you an A because you've
compared
never
to
done
open
it.
mics.
Yeah, you were forced, but I mean, if you went up there and did it on your own, thinking that you have maybe a future or an opportunity to really make people laugh, I would have been like, boy, that wasn't really that good. But based on the circumstances, it was.
Yeah, I mean, you were first time you'd ever done it. I thought you were very good.
And it was a lot more people than we ever thought.
Well, I mean, it was.
You will never see that at an open mic night, ever.
Yeah, that was a sellout crowd at the comedy club.
Because usually it's.
You give away free beer, you wouldn't get that kind of crowd.
Usually it's 25 people and 15 of them are going to get up on the mic, right?
Yeah. And then the other 10 aren't paying attention or whatever.
They're the wives or girlfriends of or boyfriends of the people that are getting up on stage.
So what would you give it? Like if you did your own tomato meter.
So I usually just go out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Because I rate everything on Letterboxd. So I gave it a 4 stars out of 5.
Wow.
Did you 80%, however you want to translate that.
Did you say your reviews up at TNR Clips?
No, I did not.
Okay.
You did tell us there was something.
You told us there was something at TNR Clips today.
To promo it.
Yeah.
No, Brown's making it sound like you didn't tell us to promo
No,
TNR
you told us to
I
promote
told you
TNR
guys
Clips.
to promote the channel because I posted a bunch of stuff on there after the movie.
Oh, after
but
the
about
movie.
the movie, though, right?
No, not
No,
about
when
the
you
movie.
said after the movie, we both thought you meant
yeah.
about
I see
the
the issue
movie.
now.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, still go look at TNR Clips and subscribe there. Not Tyler's rundown of the movie, but feel free to throw it up there.
Yeah.
I think people like that stuff.
You
Tyler.
did make it sound like you did one of your exit videos on TNR Clips.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's actually what I was hopeful for.
I haven't filmed one of those in ages.
Well, why not?
I don't know.
Well, film it.
Seems
Let's
like
do
a,
it.
seems like a great place to put it.
Yeah,
right
put
there
it on TNR Clips.
That's better for clips from the show.
Okay. Don't sell yourself short, Tyler.
All right.
You are part of the show. All right.
Anyway, it's a great movie. It's one of those dramas that a lot of people say just aren't made anymore. It's just this guy who's struggling with his divorce, and he stumbles into a comedy club and puts his name down because he doesn't have $15 cash for cover. And he's like, oh, well, if I put my name down, I get a drink, and I don't have to pay cover. Let's go.
Let's go.
And
Boy, he's
he
in a
ends up
bad spot, man.
falling in love with stand-up.
What is your socials? Start posting in your socials and at least throw that out on the air when you post something.
All right.
And monetize your socials. Make some money off of it.
I'll have to start doing that.
Okay.
I do not check Twitter or get
That's
on
okay.
it.
All you
ever.
gotta do is throw it on there. People like those videos. We need a place for them.
All right. Next up, it's 6:50 on Freeform and Disney Plus. Spider-Man: Homecoming. There's been a lot of rumors on the next Spider-Man movie getting a big Super Bowl trailer, and there's I'd really like to just go back and watch some of these movies because I really like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Tom Holland did a really good job.
Yep, he's a good happy medium between the overly nerdy Tobey Maguire and the too cool Andrew Garfield.
I have a hard time watching movies. I don't know why. But I watch
all movies.
I just don't like Maggie last night. She's like, unless you want to sit down and watch a movie, I'm going to go back to listening to this podcast I've got to listen to for school. And I was like, I got a new Pit that I want to watch before the Monday Night Football game starts. Why don't you start your schoolwork and I'm going to watch Pitt?
Boy, they needed Pittsburgh's offense.
Well, how many pits are out? I saw the first one.
No, it's just the first one.
One at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah, I saw the first one.
I thought it was there.
I think it's good. I told Tyler he's never seen the Pit. I said the thing I like about it, like, you got somebody with a shampoo bottle in their ass and, somebody got attacked by a pack of wolves. I mean, it's very sensational. Yeah. But what I like is the pacing. I like the way it's shot.
Yeah. The next Pit needs to have the Steelers offense in there. Like, I don't think we could save it. We're going to try.
I would say
But it's amazing that you listen to 35 songs in a row and you'll watch like a season of Emily in Paris, but you won't watch a 2-hour movie.
Yeah,
that was my point. I was getting to that. I chose to watch a 55-minute episode of
The Pit.
That's
half
and
a movie.
Below my 7-2 season as Virginia in my EA Sports dynasty, losing at NC State before the Monday night game kicked off. But I chose not to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Was Hollywood Smothers part of your loss?
He actually was. Yeah. It was Bailey, the quarterback, who I couldn't get to the ground.
He's a big boy,
He's
240.
tough to defend. Yeah.
I started.
Can't believe you lost to him.
New show, Wisting. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not.
AMC. It's a Norwegian crime drama.
Oh, yeah. Can't have too many of those.
No, I'm just telling you, but it's subtitled, but there's also an American element because Carrie-Ann Moss from The Matrix, Memento. She is the FBI, and they come over. A serial killer has left the States and has gone to the nomadic countries, and it's been good. I've seen 5 episodes, but apparently it's got 5 seasons. I had never heard of it. I run across these weird shows sometimes with Wisting.
Oh, how you find them?
No, but I mean, there's some good British and Norwegian stuff on Netflix.
Great. It's been, first 5 episodes been really good.
And then finally on viewing menu today, Hulu and Disney Plus has added Kingsman: The Secret Service to its catalog. This was always a movie that I wanted to watch, but just never got around to it, and I feel like I missed out.
Yeah, I've kind of wanted to, like, I'm a Guy Ritchie guy, and it's almost a little Guy Ritchie with, I don't want to say a little more style or a little more flair, but I've been interested. It looks like a lot though on these.
I forget the name of the director. I want to say it's the same guy who did the Kick-Ass movies with Aaron Taylor Johnson back then, and that's his style. It's very chaotic. It's very wild. It's Guy Ritchie, but with a lot more comedy. And that's all I got.
That's what Tyler's watching, brought to you today in part by our friends at Gutter Cap. On the other side, we will get to 4 downs, but Gutter Cap will make sure that when you get to the other side of all the leaves that have fallen, you got to clean out the gutters. They'll do it for you and cap it. You never have to worry about those leaves again.
Yeah, cap it, don't snap it. They'll come out, give you a free estimate. They'll clean the gutters one final time. You'll never have to clean them again. Gutter Cap, it's a patented aluminum system, goes over most existing gutters. It will keep all the debris out, only rainwater inside of it. Keep the gutters clean and free-flowing. The answer is Gutter Cap. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212 or guttercapbirmingham.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Oh, watch out, lady. What are you doing? Oh, wait. Come on, man. Shoutin' just destroyed my whip.
Say, little man, you need to call Alexander Sonara, man.
What the hell? Yeah, Alexander Sonara trial attorney. I heard they get you paid quick, fast, and in a hurry. With 500 attorneys. And staff holding it down for clients they've represented in 50 states. 659-777-7777. Or Sonara.com. Alexander Sonara trial attorney suing the insurance company, not the individual. Call me, Alabama. Legal services provided are billed at any other provider.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time. It's bow time.
The Bojangles Chicken Rice Ball is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time.
Back with you on the next round. We've talked about Alabama picking up Noah Rodgers from NC State, wide receiver, Ty Haywood, offensive tackle from Michigan, Bray Hubbard staying, portal news. We've discussed Ty Simpson for 2 days now, his impending decision that will happen either today or tomorrow about staying in the NFL draft or coming back and taking the money and playing college football one more year for $4 million plus, up to $6.5 million, according to Nick Kelly and AL.com, as we told you yesterday.
What do we think Levitt got?
Well, that's funny you should say that, because yesterday, when it was first announced he was going to LSU, he had not signed anything yet. And Tennessee came back with another offer. And then later in the day, it came out that Sam Levitt had officially signed something now, which, as you know,
doesn't mean anything.
Could mean he announces he's going to LSU, hasn't signed anything. Tennessee came and upped it, and then he went back to LSU and said, wait a second, now Tennessee's offering this. He could have upped it even more. But it could be $4 million, $5 million, $6 million too. Some consider him the best quarterback in the portal.
Yeah, he probably is. Would you guys rather play for Heupel or Lane Kiffin?
Lane Kiffin at LSU, not necessarily just Kiffin over Heupel. I think you're in a better situation at LSU.
I feel like they're going to spend enough money to put good things around me.
And I know I've always got receivers. When is the last time LSU didn't have quality receivers? Can you remember?
When nobody was shaking the trees.
When nobody was shaking the trees,
Yeah.
according to Nick Saban. Lane Kiffin will find good receivers down there.
This year?
No, I mean, it is this year. That's why Brian Kelly's out of a job, or one of the reasons Brian Kelly's out of a job. But they always are loaded at receiver. So I know I'm always throwing to NFL guys.
I know we got 4 downs coming up. Hendon Hooker's birthday today, but when Hendon Hooker was at Tennessee, he's not in 4 downs, by the way. Really, really good receiver.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Colorado offensive lineman Jordan Seaton. As soon as he was in the portal, I had people sent, this is who Alabama needs. This is who Alabama needs.
Everybody wants him.
$2 million plus range for a tackle. At least $2 million is the starting point. It's going to go higher. And these are the 6 schools listed according to On3 that are after him. And Alabama's not mentioned. And I wonder if these are the 6 players perceived to be the money people in NIL this year. Oregon, Texas, LSU, Miami, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Texas Tech.
Ole Miss is strange in there.
Tell them, Brownie.
Yeah,
why is it Ole Miss, Brownie?
Okay, because the other all on that list, big players in NIL.
Well, I think Ole Miss because Keith Carter, the athletics director, was able to go to the boosters and say, all right, y'all are pissed at Lane. The one thing we can't let him do is come raid our roster. We got Pete in place. Pete's winning games, but if y'all were pissed about Lane, back it up with your checkbook. So
Okay,
I think this will be a flash in the pan.
It's got to be because, I mean, when you look at alumni bases, we were talking about, Indiana has completely taken over this college football playoff. All of their alumni have shown up, and they've got 800,000 plus. Ole Miss is small undergrad. I just don't think they've got a lot. And
no, they got some money in that school, though.
But I mean, who are their big money guys? John Grisham?
Know. I doubt it. I bet they had got $1 from Grisham. He's still with us, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's a multi-billionaire.
That was weird on that list, though, with Ole Miss being there. It's good for Pete Golding.
Well, I think that's a one-year thing. I think if you do this list in a couple of years, once everything settles out, Kiffin's at LSU, Golding's still at Ole Miss, you won't see Ole Miss on that list. I think that was a one-year deal.
Yeah. By the way, top 10 universities by number of billionaires. Harvard, Stanford is 2, and there's been a lot of talk about Stanford maybe getting into the NIL game.
Luck's got to whip that thing up.
93 billionaires they have at Stanford.
Oh, you got 93?
Billionaires, 127 at Harvard.
You really only need 2 to care.
Yeah.
Out of 93.
Really one.
Yeah, I mean.
Per Forbes. I didn't know there were that many billionaires in the world.
It's a new millionaire, man.
The next football playing non-Ivy League is USC at 23, number 8 on the list.
And look, Chad Bowden's done a really good job of assembling that roster, and they're starting to really capitalize on NIL, so they do have a commitment. Just hasn't really equated to a lot of wins.
Cal Berkeley is 12. These are football playing. I only go through 20. Texas, Austin, 15. Notre Dame, 17. University of Miami, 18th.
The University of Miami's got 18 billionaires.
No, 18th rated.
Oh.
I don't know what's the overall number, but 18th rated.
Well, the guy that was funding a lot of it.
They got outlaw money too, don't they?
Yeah, the guy that was funding a lot of it was that Life Wallet deal that something happened there. And he was like their big NIL guy.
Was that the Shapiro guy?
No, this was another guy.
Yeah.
Shapiro was running a Ponzi scheme.
Well, that's the thing. Is like all their billionaires, you're like, I don't know where he's got his money, but he's got a lot of it. He's got a yacht. Bunch of topless girls running out there, and
we don't know what he's doing.
Tell us about World of Wheels Browns. Let's do 4 downs today.
It is the 55th annual O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels Custom Auto Show. It is January 30 through Sunday, February 1. At the BJCC North, South, and East exhibition halls. That's how big it is. 3 exhibition halls. Family-friendly events, show car competition for classics, customs, exotics, Mopars, motorcycles, and more. Cash prizes on the line, more than $100,000. Plus, features attractions, vendors, and celebrity appearances. Celebrity appearances, you say? I do say. Friday, WWE wrestler Rashiki. He's going to be there 4 to 7 signing autographs. Saturday, Kevin Mack from Counts Customs on stage signing autographs. And Sunday, TV host and personality Courtney Hansen from various automotive-related TV shows. She'll be there.
Dunaway, what does she do?
Courtney Hansen?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Dunaway, why don't you show up at the door with Bartles and James in a movie?
I was going to talk her out of making bad decisions. That's all I was going to do. You can see more, including the show hours, worldofwheels.net, worldofwheels.net, the 55th annual O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, Friday, January 30 through Sunday, February 1.
First down.
Which 1-seed quarterback do you trust more or less, Bo Nix or Sam Darnold?
Oh, wow. I guess I at least in a way feel like Darnold has somewhat been through this before, so I guess I'll go Sam Darnold. I'll just take limited experience, but some experience. Nix has none.
Well, they've got Darnold's only got 1 playoff game.
Some. Not so limited, but some.
Yeah. Well, neither one of them have ever won a playoff game, right?
Nope. Nix never played in one, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, well, then it's not the limited experience. I'll flip it around and go Bo Nix then.
You trust Bo more?
I mean, I don't really particularly trust either one of them in this situation, but
both of them are going to lean on their defense.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, at their best, Darnold's a lot better, but I never see Bo really have the complete meltdown games that Darnold has. But I do trust Seattle a lot more than I trust Denver. Just overall.
I think I do too.
Not going to shock me if next week neither one of them's playing.
Gotta hope you're right.
Because that gives the Rams a home game, right?
I mean, if they win, yeah.
Do you know if the Rams or Texans don't play a home game? I saw this from our buddy Matt Smith up in Nashville, Southern Pigskin. Every single playoff game will be played outdoors. And I don't know how long it's been since that's been the case. He didn't go into that. But now you could still get a Rams home game and you could still get a Texans home game, which would change all of that. But everything in the playoffs, you would have 13 outdoor games, which probably will never happen again. So many teams are going to indoor stadiums now.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, Kansas City's going indoors eventually.
I know there was a flex and a lot of pride for some of the, but if I'm a Bears fan, man, give me a dome.
Well, they're getting one, aren't they? Eventually.
The Bears, yeah, their next stadium will be a retractable roof.
Yeah. Would you go for that? Would you go to Chicago if it were a retractable roof?
Oh, if they had the dome closed, hell yeah.
Okay.
Go spend the weekend up there for sure.
Second down.
Touchdown plus dog with better chance of winning next weekend. The 49ers over the Seahawks or the Miami Hurricanes over the Hoosiers.
49ers. Jim's going to say Miami. He's talked himself into the Hurricanes.
No, I just said 49ers over the Seahawks.
I thought you talked yourself into the Hurricanes.
No.
Yeah, 49ers.
I'm hoping it's a good game.
This is where the Fred Warner injury, I think, catches up with them, and now George Kittle, where you really just have to focus on Christian McCaffrey.
Well, I mean, you watched last night, and just about any game this weekend, but specifically Houston over Pittsburgh last night. And, I think eventually the Rams, they didn't really get a lot of stops against Carolina, but enough. But eventually it's the defense that wins this, right? And
San Fran can't get to the quarterback. That's the problem. You don't have a pass rush. And that's what you need against Sam Darnold to fluster him.
That secondary played on their head, though, against Philadelphia.
That's true. I mean, defense is Seattle and Denver in those two games.
I had no idea, and I know you do because it's your division, but I bet Jim didn't either. I had no idea DeMarcus Robinson was playing for the 49ers.
Yeah.
And he tore it up against Philadelphia. He had like 200 receiving yards the whole season.
Yeah, I think 50 was his career high.
Yeah.
Or something.
He had his career game at Philadelphia.
I'm still going to say San Francisco. I just don't think Miami can do it. I'll be cheering for Miami.
For the Canes? Yeah,
for the first time in my life, I'll be cheering for Miami.
You've gone against Indiana, haven't you?
Something about I'd rather have old blood win it than the new.
See, I'm surprised Jimmy Bama wouldn't be like, I want the team that beat us to win the national championship.
I want a little bit of the old guard, as old as Miami can be, to still hold on to college football before. I mean, I'm sitting here watching
They were
Virginia,
the very definition of new money.
Virginia starting to get portal wins. They picked up somebody else today from Ohio State, and I'm like, this is Virginia.
You tap into that Virginia money?
Yeah, I bet
know.
they're on that millionaire list.
That's what I'm sitting here going. Let's hold on to some old school college football blue bloods. I don't like the new stuff. So give me Miami. Hopefully wins this thing.
SEC's got to get back to what they do best, and that is cheating.
I would tend to agree with you. I just had a good NIL idea.
There's got to be some rules.
Well, there's not any right now.
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be some rules for you to cheat.
What if Alabama and Auburn opened a statewide chain of gas stations with the understanding that this is funding our NIL? So you got to have gas anyway. So if you're an Alabama fan, you're like, where are you going to fill up? Well, the Alabama gas station.
Okay, but who's losing out on this?
I don't know.
Well, I'm saying, like, you've got to pay for the fuel.
Well,
so,
I mean, but they make profit. I'm saying.
But are they willing to give up profit to the collectives?
No, they start their own chain, like the University of Alabama football program or the Alabama Collective starts it.
And then you upcharge and take the upcharge amount.
That's going to be your problem right there, because there are a lot of people that are like, I don't pay for the upcharge, but if I can pay the same price per gallon that I'm paying at the Raceway or the QT, I'll pay it at Alabama gas station or Auburn gas station. You got to have gas anyway. So why not help the NIL in the process?
So they would lose, like, say, 5 cents a gallon going to the collective, but that money is just
that's the thing.
It's just like moving $5 from one pocket to the other pocket, kind of.
I don't understand what y'all are saying.
I'm saying
I got to have gas.
No, but like
an amount in profit.
BP might give up 5 cents for like a charitable, like a Make-A-Wish.
This is all profit. This is all profit goes to them.
But there's no way that they can get that return. Like, they can't get that back.
Yeah.
Like, they could write the charitable donation off.
And then all of a sudden, Alabama and Auburn may get good one year, and then all of a sudden, Texas and Texas A&M shut off the oil.
That's right. And we got long lines at the pumps today.
Yeah. It's a gas shortage in the state of Alabama all of a sudden.
Third down.
I think a better chance if you just Alabama and Auburn goes to California and Colorado and open up the cannabis stores.
Oh, there you go. Now you're thinking.
And then send the money back to Alabama.
Why did I buy from Alabama cannabis? I don't know.
Okay, what happens first? The SEC wins another national championship, or I'll give you the combination of the AFC, NFC South winning a Super Bowl. Now, the Texans could do it this year, but that's the only one that's alive right now. So you got the Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons, Saints, or another SEC team winning a national championship in football.
I'm going to take an SEC team.
I think I would go SEC. The Texans scare me, though. If I had to make that bet, that's a good team. The problem is the Texans have won, 10 straight?
Yeah.
What are the odds that they're going to win? They'd have to win 13 straight games to win the Super Bowl.
That's tough.
That's extremely difficult to do in the NFL.
Yeah, and especially with C.J. Stroud at quarterback.
Yeah, so I think I'd go SEC team there.
I think I would go SEC as well.
Fourth down.
I can't get past thinking of names for the cannabis, Alabama and Auburn cannabis we'd be selling.
Crimson
Tide is high.
Tide is high. Yeah. The process, that's a high quality one. Rolling tumors.
Stone as a cat.
Yeah. There you go. Y'all are thinking now.
Fly, eagle, fly. I'll take that. I'll take some fly, eagle, fly.
You got the better idea because people are telling me in the chat that convenience stores make very little on actual gas.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're going to have
Alabama. You have to go in.
Well, they're going to have it too. I mean, fountain drinks, candies. I mean, it's all going to be there at the Alabama and Auburn convenience store.
I was trying to think of a name for that.
The Tide and Tiger, but
yeah,
it's been used. I'm not saying the same store. They've each got one.
I was going to play off Buc-ee's, but I couldn't think of anything.
I didn't watch the Golden Globes, but I saw some clips from Nikki Glaser, and she is really, really good. If I ask you guys one person to host an award show for you, who would it be? And I saw a clip this morning where she was talking to Leonardo DiCaprio. Did y'all see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was so funny.
When she said, you've done blah, 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 and all this before your girlfriend's even 30.
Turns 30.
Yeah.
And then he just sits there and she's like, I know it's like low-hanging fruit or whatever she said, but like we know nothing about you outside of that.
Yeah. She asked,
please do an in-depth interview sometime.
She asked George Clooney for advice on her coffee machine because he does all those Nescafe or whatever commercials. She's very, very funny.
Ricky Gervais would be my guy.
That's who I was going to say.
I love Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
He does not
They
care.
basically bounced him out of there.
Oh, yeah, he does not care. He does not care if he upsets
Took
anybody.
a pint to the freaking podium and just dogged out everybody in there.
Unloaded on him,
Her best one of all time is still the Brady roast. Where he lost all that money in Bitcoin, and she's like, even Gronk knew that was a bad deal. Me know not real money.
No, after like the 10th Gronk joke, Gronk was like, okay, enough.
Me know not real money.
So she
Her
did the
roast of Kevin Hart was good too.
Oh yeah. Was that the one? There was one where she says Blake Griffin looks like a black guy printed by a printer running out of ink.
Yeah,
she's funny as shit. Man.
She's really good in that setting.
She'd be hard to date though, wouldn't she?
Oh yeah.
Better body than you would think.
Oh,
no, you know what happens?
She's worked on her look. Yeah.
No, if you look at Nikki Glaser 5 years ago to where she is now, it shows you what money can do for
all
somebody.
That money?
Yeah,
because
1,000%.
Because the running joke with her is she looked like Larry Bird. That was always the joke people made about her.
That came from Blake Griffin, remember?
Yeah, in those roasts. And I think she laughed at it, but I think she was like, I'll show them.
Yeah.
I could not look like Larry Bird at some point.
She was like, Ariana Grande's here tonight. Ariana Grande, I could listen to you sing the phone book that Kevin Hart's sitting on.
That's pretty good. What was the one she said was she told somebody, don't be afraid, that's not Shaq's shadow, that's Kevin Hart sitting next to you. So good. She's funny, man.
Yeah. Really, really
and
good.
That's 4 Downs today, brought to you by great folks like Crane U. Tell us about Crane U.
Oh, the great folks at Crane U are Scotty, Nicole. Fine folks there. Make sure when you reach out to them, you tell them the next round sent you. 10% off all their great services. But get the Crane training you need today. If you're looking for a new career or need further training to advance your current one, our friends at Crane U, they offer the comprehensive state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U will come to you. On-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make your job easier, that job site safer. Crane U also offers the certification safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. Classes available monthly. So call or visit our friends at Crane U, 855-CRANE-U. Again, tell them the next round sent you. For more information, you can go online, craneu.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
We interrupt this program for breaking news from the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorney, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
It's bow time.
The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time. It's bow time.
The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
The portal continues to move. We'll talk more about that. The game coming up, the national championship, Bama basketball tonight, and more NFL, all in the final hour of the show. Front Office Sports just now reporting that ESPN president of content Burke Magnus,
I think it's Mingus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Says he wants more college football talk on his network. That he believes the sport was under-discussed relative to its national popularity, sources say. And they actually use a picture of Josh Pate.
I was about to say, it's good news for Pate.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
ESPN wants more Josh Pate.
That's when Pate says, "Oh, have my agents call."
Yeah, I was asking Brown about that a couple of weeks ago, like what ESPN's end game is with Pate, because if you're Pate, you don't give up what you got.
Well, for a price you do, because McAfee did.
Well, McAfee didn't give it up. Remember, he still owns it.
He still owns it, but he's got the agreement, the financial agreement with ESPN.
Yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, he's not wholly independent anymore, I guess is what I would say. I mean, there are some guidelines that for a moment McAfee was like us, like there was nobody telling McAfee you can or can't say that. He's got a little bit of that now with ESPN.
Well, you know, and McAfee is twofold, you know, NFL and college. Pate is all college, which shows you now the emphasis in the growth of college football as the number 2 sport right now in America.
Yeah. I had not.
And I think that's what Mangus is saying, that we need to talk more about this as opposed to
Well,
the NBA.
that's what ESPN does. Like, if you watch, like, Get Up, they will come on and they're going to talk about – that's why they talk about the Cowboys so much. As much as I hate it, but they start talking more and more college football. Heather Dennett was on there this morning.
The problem is college football is America's second most popular sport, but its season is at the same time as America's most popular sport, which is the NFL. So it's hard to give the NFL the coverage you think it deserves, being that it's America's most popular sport, while also covering college football the way it deserves, being America's second most popular sport. If college football somehow went on during the Major League Baseball season, it would be the most talked about thing in America.
Doesn't it seem like people that we're around are in such a better mood during football season?
Yes.
Like, you just can't beat end of August through 1st February.
Yeah, especially around here. People just love that time of year. It leads up to Christmas. It's like, even when your team sucks, you're like, yeah, I still love watching the game. I mean, heck, we don't get the market ratings anymore, Jim, because I think they changed the way they do ratings, right? That's why we don't get it. Like Birmingham is 2 days delayed or something like that.
Yeah.
So ESPN really doesn't send that out anymore. But I'd be willing to bet Birmingham will still be very, very high in the college football national championship ratings. Like if they ever sent that out again.
That was an interesting note there. Mostly good for our buddy Josh Pate and others down the road. Cole, Greg, all the people we've known through our years that handle college football coverage over on ESPN, Feinbaum, all those folks. This hour of the show brought to you by a couple of great folks, including our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Sterling and the crew do it like nobody else in the area. The best fried chicken you've ever tasted. It gives you that southern flair, brined overnight, cooked to order, so it's piping hot and juicy down to the bone. Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You may go on a tamale tour through Mississippi this upcoming spring. Take the wife on a great tour, or just go to Alabaster for lunch or dinner, and you get better tamales right there. That Mississippi Delta flair. All for lunch or dinner, tailgating, happy hour, anything. ChampionChicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. And also our friends at Odie's, where trivia returns tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be at the original location in Crestline for Odie's Team Trivia. We do that a little after 8 o'clock every single week. Come join us there. But you can get into either location today and enjoy the incredible food from Rodney Davis, award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, and, of course, the Odie's Famous Cup cocktail. Stop in, see Will Aver and that great staff. 2 locations, Crestline, newest location in Edgewood, Birmingham Institution. It's Odie's Tavern.
The College Football Spotlight.
The Shannara Spotlight each day presented by our guy Alexander Shannara, elite trial lawyers in that firm. They've recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining Alexander's core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. It's why we tell you all the time, when you find yourself in need of a lawyer for anything, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, the first place to go. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
Who's winning the transfer portal right now? You have until Friday to get in. You don't have to get out, but you have Friday to get in. And Alabama started to move a little bit yesterday, bringing in Noah Rodgers and then still a project and tackle Ty Haywood, but he's a highly recruited guy at Michigan. Auburn right now is 68th in the portal.
It's just predominantly South Florida guys with a few exceptions.
Lost 36 guys. They brought in 25. That's a big number to bring in.
Yeah, but I think are 16 of them from South Florida? Am I right with that number? I mean, it's just a lot of South Florida guys, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying.
They've lost 1 5-star, Cam Coleman. They must not count it on 3 Sports Deuce Knight as a 5-star guy. They've lost 7 4-stars and brought in 2. Lost 28 3-stars, brought in 22 stars. They're right ahead of Michigan, right behind Kansas State and Missouri, to tell you the neighborhood Auburn's in right now. Still a lot of movement to happen in this, obviously. Not too far ahead, you find Alabama. This just got adjusted, by the way.
Are you on 3?
Yeah.
55 is Alabama.
Alabama's just gone up 5 spots in the last update. They've lost 21. They brought 10 in. They didn't lose any 5-stars. That's not true, in my opinion. There's James Smith and Quay Russaw.
Were they both 5-star guys coming out?
I thought, I can't even say his name. Kid that went to Notre Dame. I thought he was 5-star as well.
Keeley?
Yeah, Keeley.
Yeah, Smith and Russaw were too.
Yeah.
55 is the number they have right now for Alabama. But at the top of the game is where I wanted to get. Texas Tech right now, 17 in, 21 out. Texas A&M, Louisville, Indiana, even while they're still playing. Virginia Tech, Ole Miss, 14 in, 14 out. That's a pretty good number, right? Houston, Florida, Arkansas, and Oklahoma State. That's the top 10 right now on 3 Sports team rankings.
To make Alabama and Auburn fans feel a little bit better, it's not over yet. Number one, I'd say that for any school. It's not over yet. But number two, in that same ranking, Ohio State's 46 and Georgia's 47. Specifically Georgia, I just don't know if Kirby is entirely comfortable with this whole setup.
Well, but here's your point: is Georgia's had good high school recruiting classes.
Yeah, right.
Alabama's had good high school recruiting classes.
I think Kirby, I feel like that's going to be his approach. Is I'm still going to evaluate and recruit on the high school level and try to aim my NIL and keeping guys here that I think can contribute.
Very difficult to do both at an exceptionally high level. Where is Texas on that list? Because Texas, they've got 3 of the top 25 transfers in the portal right now. I'm wondering because they are doing it at a high school level, and it seems like they're doing a pretty good job on the portal.
Texas
I don't know what
22 right now. 22 right now, according to On3 Sports.
I just wonder if there's any, if you look at a consensus of high school to transfer portal, if anybody's in the top 10 in both. I think that would be really interesting.
If I do the combo?
Yeah.
But see, I think that's what gets lost from the fans because this portal is still relatively new, moving like it has moved this year, which is now the greatest portal year of all time, number of players in and out, is that you think, man, all these people are getting these players. Why aren't we doing more? Well, if you recruited well in the high school recruiting, if you win that on signing day back in December, then you feel confident with guys you have on your roster and you're only replacing pieces. And I think that's where you find the Georgias and the Ohio States. And really Alabama still. Now, you've lost some players.
Yeah.
You've lost some players.
But to your point, Bama was 4th. This is all on 3 we're talking about here. Bama 4th in recruiting, Georgia 5th. And they're both Bama 55 in portal, and I think I said Georgia was 47.
Right.
So, I mean, there is.
Are you going to ride with Dijon Lee, or are you going to bring in another quarter?
It's going to take some time for all this to cycle around in your favor. But if you just say we're still going to go out and recruit, which, by the way, you got to pay NIL to recruit. This is not saying that no NIL dollars go into recruiting. No, sir. That's the way you're getting some of these recruits. But you're like, we're going to recruit, we're going to try to develop, and we're going to do our dead level best to keep them here if they're worthwhile. That's the way we're going to approach this. We're not just going to go out and spend like drunken sailors every year and get the best players available. That's not going to win the headlines, but it could be the winning strategy moving forward. We don't know. To answer Lance's question, the only one at first glance I see, Lance, that finished top 10 recruiting in On3 and is currently top 10 portal in On3, shouldn't surprise anyone, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, they finished 7th in recruiting, and they're currently, I think, 4th in the portal. Second, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Second in the portal.
How many guys did you say are in the portal?
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
it's all of them.
Boy, I mean, it was day 2, and it was already over 1,400.
Yeah.
Because, if you're just looking at the 67 Power Fours in Notre Dame, 68 teams, 85 scholarships, that's roughly 5,800 players.
Yeah, I think there's more than that in the portal.
You just
crazy.
Can't keep up with it.
You can't keep up with it all. But, I was upset that Quay Russaw, he's now going to be at Ohio State. But, if you're choosing between Pierre or Russaw, you choose Pierre.
Well, but but it's also a little bit like what you face in the NFL. You guys have both had free agents. You're like, man, I really wish we could keep him. But your franchise, and I've had it too. Trust me. But your franchise has had to say, but we can only spend X amount of dollars. Now that's by rule in the NFL. They can only spend X amount. So at some point you got to make a financial decision. Like, we love this kid, but he's not worth that. Or in the NFL world, we love this adult, but he's not that.
Yeah. But like Keon Keeley, Alabama lost Keon Keeley.
Yeah.
If they get this Missouri kid, this Damon Wilson guy, on tape, Wilson's put more out there than Keon Keeley has. I think Alabama fans would be tickled to death. And I think Alabama's really after this Damon Wilson guy from Missouri. 40 pressures, 9 sacks last year. But guess who else wants him? LSU, Miami, Texas Tech. Does that run the price up?
Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
In Brown's theory, you got to sell a lot more tanks of gas.
That's right. We got this gas station. You got to be hopping.
It all comes down to, back to free agency in the NFL, the right general manager.
Well, but the beauty about true free agency is a guy like you're talking about, Jim. Alabama could value him and offer him more than LSU or anyone else, and LSU's limited by a salary cap. We don't have a true salary cap, and that's what is. And people say we do, but it's. I don't know how enforceable it is. This College Sports Commission is approving or are denying these deals. But as Lance pointed out very quickly yesterday, when I said, "What happens if the deal gets denied?" and Lance said, "There's the duffel bag," and that's the way this is going to happen. So I just don't.
I would even almost go the duffel bag now. I really would.
What do you mean? Just don't even try to get it
approved? Well, I forgot who the guy's name is that the NCAA paid to do the valuations, and and they're breaking all this stuff down. But legally, it's not going to stick. So why not just go on and you get some of your billionaire or whoever your main NIL guys are to give you cash?
Yeah, when's the last time the NCAA's put a team on probation for recruiting violations? I would just assume. If I am LSU or Texas or Alabama or Auburn, the NCAA is not even worried about that anymore.
Of course, I wonder if it's like the mom and dad now are like, oh no, we want it legal. We want cash. We don't want cash. We want paper trail.
You want to pay taxes on it? Is that what you're telling me? You don't want the cash? You want to pay actual taxes on this?
I no doubt price of doing business has gone way, way up. And here's cut 4. If you can give me cut 4, Kirk Cignetti yesterday getting ready for the national championship, and everything is a copycat. The world is a copycat world. If something is successful, other people will try to do it like that. So eventually, people are going to try to do it like Kirk Cignetti has done it. USA Today writes a story. You've said this now for 2 years. USA Today writes a story today. Forget the word patience in college football now because of what Indiana's done. And you said that all summer long. You said,
if Indiana
can do it,
right.
Hugh Freeze has to do it now. If Indiana can do it, Kalen DeBoer has to do it now.
Yeah.
I do want to back up a little bit because I didn't realize Indiana's alumni base. I didn't realize the money they've got behind that program.
Yeah, it is. It was in a lot of ways a sleeping giant. If somebody ever figured out how to unlock it, which apparently Cignetti has done.
Joe Buck, by the way, Indiana grad, didn't know that until last night.
Yeah. How many programs can realistically do that? There's probably 20, 25.
It was kind of a perfect storm for Cignetti. You don't get a lot of places. You've got a passionate fan base. They just are passionate basketball, and they're hungry to win championships there. And you had a guy that was like, you may not win them there, but
I think
we can win them here.
What they've seen is how much fun a football Saturday is.
That's
when
right.
You've got that electricity, and you've got, their stadium, 65,000, 70,000. The tailgate, you're winning, you're dominating. Everybody's talking about you in sports.
I think
it'll help basketball in the long run, too.
Oh, it will.
Football's winning.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
Cignetti, give him credit. He did the research, and he gets asked what we were talking about here. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, they've won a lot of high school recruiting. Here's Cignetti on coaching high school players versus older guys in the portal. Remember, he's got 45 guys on this Indiana roster that has played more than 4 years of college football. Here's Cignetti.
I think when you're talking about the high school signees, they change a lot between their freshman year and their senior year. And now, their developmental curve is different. Every guy's a little bit different. Some come in more ready to play than others. Some it takes a while to mature physically. Some it's mental. But there's no question about it that, a 22-year-old is a little wiser, older, bigger, stronger. He's had 4 years in the offense, defense, or special teams. And, he's a more productive player. But I think getting older, mature guys that played a lot of football, if they got the right stuff, which they're not, I'm not bringing them in if they don't, it's an asset.
It has been fascinating to watch. I would say this. It wasn't abundantly obvious that Florida State, Florida, and Miami could be college football powers because they weren't for a very long time until Bobby Bowden got to Florida State, Howard Schnellenberger got to Miami, and was it Charlie Pell that started it really at Florida?
Florida, yeah. Charlie Pell in a duffel bag, but
well, yeah. They were doing it
allegedly. Everybody was doing it,
right. But nobody was like, there's the program you need to go to until Howard Schnellenberger turned it on and Bobby Bowden turned it on, Charlie Pell turned it on. it's a different way of doing it, but this may be like our lifetime's version of Miami, Florida, and Florida State.
And he didn't fall into this. This was Cignetti's plan all along. Did you get the feeling yesterday that Klatt doesn't believe it's going to be sustainable for him at Indiana because he put a lot of credit on the JMU guys and them all being together?
I
thought I heard that in Klatt's voice yesterday that he thinks they take steps back.
Well, everybody thought that from last year to this year, too, and I know some of those JMU guys were still there. But Brooks, our social media director, great job with compiling this. And this graphic, I'm sure you guys saw it that went out yesterday. Indiana's got 47 players on the roster between the ages of 22 and 25. That is crazy. The NFL has 140 that are aged between 21 and 22. I mean, Indiana's got older teams and rosters than the NFL does. And, back to Cignetti's point there, you guys remember this. When a lot of people were holding kids back instead of going on to first grade or kindergarten, they would hold them back a year. There is a big difference in a 19 and an 18-year-old. There is a big difference in a 22 and a 19-year-old when you're talking about college football.
Especially males.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my wife says all the time, teenage boys do not have a fully developed frontal lobe. And eventually they get that, but it's sometimes around 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah. We do. It just thinks about other things.
Oh, I know. It's developed.
Yeah.
Hey, is Brooks back there? Because Brooks, Indiana fans got wound up at that stat for some reason. Did
Why?
They not?
I mean, so
it's the same reason Auburn fans got upset last year at the Final Four when everybody talked about how many years they'd played basketball.
I don't understand how that's
like
an
it's
insult.
not an insult.
They're acting like it's a discredit to. I mean, Kirk Cignetti, credit to him, he found a way to get really good. It's the same thing Vanderbilt did. We put a stat graphic out back in October. Vanderbilt was by far the oldest team in the SEC. I mean, yeah, they've adopted the same model there.
It's not an insult, by the way.
It's a compliment.
Right
100%. It's a compliment.
Yeah, it's amazing you've been able to do it and keep it together like that.
They thought I was discrediting them, and then they were. Miami is a pretty old team too. They're not quite as old as Indiana, and I mean, I don't know.
Carson Beck absolutely is.
Yeah,
but certainly. I mean, and that's why I put. If you look down the thread, the last thing I said. I also think Indiana fans aren't used to being a topic of conversation when it comes to football. So this is their first. This is their first experience being nationally relevant, and they're getting a little butthurt about some stuff. Welcome to Alabama fans' world for the last 15 years.
So we get to that national championship game coming up on Monday. One more thing to get to in this segment, being brought to you by, well, actually two more things. Brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher Shop, LT. Tell us about Jim and the great 2 locations here in town.
Oh, fantastic food from that staff of butchers. 2 locations, Cabo Heights, the original, Highway 119 in Greystone, from the fresh meat, specialty items. Don't forget about the huge deli sandwiches. You can go to that substation. You can order it. You can get some of their classics. You can order it custom made, exactly how you want it. They've got the sides prepared fresh in-house every single day. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. One-stop dinner shop. Get and see Jim and the fine folks. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Okay, college basketball before we have one more NFL thought and then trash coming up here on the show. Basketball tonight in the SEC. 6 o'clock SEC Network. 3-0 versus 1-2. The 3-0 team is Texas A&M and Bucky McMillan. The 1-2 team is Tennessee and Knoxville. Texas A&M 13-3, not ranked. Tennessee still 24th in the rankings, and Tennessee's a 9.5-point favorite against Texas A&M.
Wake-up call tonight.
I get the feeling tonight is Bucky Ball meeting the windshield.
Yeah. I mean, this. I don't even know what you would compare this to. Like if Texas A&M was to go in and win this game,
in football terms.
Yeah, you're just waiting for this team to wake up. Trying to think about, did we have some kind of sensational story this year? Maybe it was Texas A&M in football.
It would be Indiana going to Oregon. That's when we thought they were going to get the wake-up call in Eugene, and they go in there and spank them 30-20.
Yeah, but it was year 2.
And Ken Palm, this is 19 v 41. Tennessee is 19, Texas A&M is 41. If you put a lot of weight in Ken Palm, as almost every college football or basketball coach does, they bring up Ken Palm all the time, so they put value in it.
Hey, you get a ticket for $5 tonight, it says.
19 is
it's a big arena.
19 versus 41, I guess that on a home court is a 9-point favorite. I mean, I feel like Tennessee, do you not, is a little bit in Alabama's boat right now? Like, are you really going to start 1-3 with this team? Is this roster really going to start 1-3 in the SEC? The difference is Tennessee plays at home. I would imagine if that Bama game were in Coleman, would it be close to 9.5 as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty much the same exact setup that Bama has, except Bama's on the road and Tennessee's at home.
Florida's at Oklahoma tonight. Florida seems to have gotten right. They're a 6.5-point favorite in Norman. And then Alabama, a 4.5-point favorite against Mississippi State. You heard Nate talk about defense earlier. Here's Nate. The fact that I don't think, and I've gone to every Alabama home game except for the Yale game.
Are you going tonight?
It's a road game, Mississippi State, or I thought about it, but no,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
playing
it's
golf.
not far.
Yeah, I'm not going tonight. But Alabama, every game I've watched, every game they played, they've yet to have their entire roster healthy. And tonight, they've gone with 10 different starting lineups this year. Here's Nate Oates.
Steven let me know that we've had 10 different starting lineups, which I didn't even know that. And we've never had 10 different starting lineups through an entire season. And we're only halfway through the year, and we've had to have 10 different starting lineups. So not ideal, but got some guys getting different reps. Hopefully it makes us better for, February and March. But, yeah, I hope everybody's trending in the right direction. I think, if we can get, and we're close, Sherrell's a lot closer to being 100% today than he was, a week ago, even 5 days ago. Hopefully Wrights will, if he doesn't play Wednesday, we'll see what Saturday looks like. But then after Saturday, we've got our breaks. We got 2 games, and we don't play for a week. And hopefully by the time we come back from that, we got everybody healthy.
So they're close, but late in the game, if you're watching, Sherrell, who played, was hobbling around again on that knee. So, but he says he's closer to being healthy. Wrightsell missed it. Don't know if he plays tonight. Wait and see. If he doesn't play tonight or on Saturday at Oklahoma, get the midweek bye and maybe they're healthy. But they've yet to have a full roster available to them. Just has been one of those starts to the year. That's basketball tonight. Back to the NFL. Cut 11, Tyler, if you can. Was that Aaron Rodgers' last NFL game last night? Was his last pass of a Hall of Fame career really going to be a pick six?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid so.
Yeah, I think so.
Not what you want. Do you think that's it?
Well, I mean, you can't come back for a season just because you threw a pick six on your final play. I think he had already made up his mind this was going to be it. And,
Lisa Salter said, I think they had him week 15 against the Dolphins. I think it was week 15. And that he told them in meetings that he was likely to retire.
Yeah.
But he's done this before, yeah.
But like, if you're a team, is Aaron Rodgers what you want next year?
But if you're the Steelers, that's the choice you have right now.
No, yeah, I get that. But, like, if you're Aaron Rodgers, why would you come back unless you think you can win a championship? And I just don't see a scenario where he could be on a roster where it's viable that he can win a championship.
And it's been a long time since I've had to do this as a Steelers fan, but I think it's probably time for a good reset. I know you hadn't got to the Mike Tomlin part of this yet, but I think they almost go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think, Ravens fans were kind of torn. I think Steelers fans are torn on this. But the fact of the matter is you haven't won a playoff game since 2016. It is great you never have losing seasons.
Yeah, but you've lost 7 straight playoff games.
Yeah. So let's hear Mike Tomlin, then we'll finish that thought here. Here's Mike Tomlin.
What's the message to the fan base after another disappointing one?
Again, when you don't get it done, words are cheap. It's about what you do or you don't do. And so I appreciate the question, but people talk too much in our business. You either do or you don't.
Yeah, that's Mike Tomlin. Always been that kind of guy. 3 years they've lost the wild card game, 7th playoff loss in a row without winning one. All the things you guys just said there. They were 2 of 14 on third downs last night. Their offense is bad. Tomlin will coach somewhere else if he leaves, like Harbaugh, right?
Yeah, I mean, because Tomlin's young. What did you bring up? That Tomlin's still in his 40s?
Late 40s or maybe just turned 52.
It feels like he's been coaching for an eternity.
Would you guys agree with this? As good as Tomlin has been and as good as Aaron Rodgers has been, I think this is the ultimate coach combo where you're like, how did we only get one championship out of each?
Yeah, I kind of agree because the Steelers are in the playoff. We just said it's their 7th straight first round, or they're 0 for their last 7 in the playoffs. You can only get 0 for 7 by being in the playoffs all the time, and they are in the playoffs.
I mean,
all the
he's
time.
been to the playoffs
54 by the time we kick off next year. He's
Tomlin
53
will be
right now. Yeah,
plenty of time left.
He's been to the postseason 13 times.
Yeah.
And I would assume Aaron Rodgers has probably been there more than 13
you're right.
times.
You're right. That's the ultimate coach-player combo on how did you only get one out of each of those guys.
Could you see Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Ravens?
God, that is.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like hiring Pat Dye or hiring Nick Saban.
Yeah, I don't know if you could do that.
I'm sure Auburn fans would have signed up for Nick Saban. So it's probably a bad example. But, I mean.
And then Harbaugh just ends up going to the Steelers.
Oof.
Both of them seem like they would fit at the other location, don't
Yeah,
they?
they kind of do. They kind of have
I mean, it's hard to believe
that
them.
division.
I mean, the last coach before Tomlin was Bill Cowher.
Oh, they've only had 3, right? Noel Cowher and Tomlin.
Yeah.
They've had more, but 3 since
Noel.
Since Noel.
Yeah. Going back to Noel.
Early
they've only had 3.
70s.
I guess that's the Super Bowl era is the best way of putting that, maybe.
The merger era.
Yeah, merger era. Don't you feel like, though, the Steelers are kind of caught in this weird purgatory right now?
It is.
They've gotten old, too.
Yeah.
They've been 8, 9, 10 wins.
Yeah, it's like it's not bad, and it's good enough to win that division more often than not because that division kind of plays that way.
Yeah, it's 3 straight 10-7s.
But I've got what to show for it? I got a bunch of playoff appearances.
It did end their 34-year streak on Monday Night Football. If you count that as Monday Night Football.
I almost don't count that, really, to be honest with you.
Me either. But that was the ending of a streak last night. So you guys think Aaron Rodgers is done.
Yep.
And you almost think Tomlin's done in Pittsburgh. Pretty big change. Big change.
Nick says Matt Ryan is going to introduce Mike Tomlin as the next Falcons coach.
Well, interesting with the Falcons because Forrester, if I can get Forrester's microphone. Forrester, I sent you a video earlier the Falcons sent out. They're hinting at new uniforms or a total makeover for next year. Or, as the social media folks are hinting, maybe coming in April 26th, they're getting rid of the ATL uniform.
Good.
And a new one is coming.
That wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Everyone seems to be thinking they're going to go back to the grit splits.
Is that red helmet?
Red helmet.
Yes.
And their record's incredible in it, is it not?
It is.
Red helmet is the permanent helmet, and a combination of red and silver breeches or black and silver breeches.
That's your best look, Scotty.
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Now you just need a quarterback.
The red helmet's incredible.
What game was it you guys wore it on Monday Night Football, didn't you?
Oh, stop.
It was the Rams.
I knew it was the Rams.
Let's call it pass interference when one needs to be called.
Boy.
I knew it when I brought it up. It was the Rams. No, but that was you have to admit it was a great looking uniform.
great.
Did you see a couple of the folks that the Falcons interviewed yesterday?
Well, I saw Dolphins today interview Kevin Stefanski from the
Well, I
Browns.
saw
Perfect
Harbaugh
move.
was interviewed yesterday. Yeah.
John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel.
I'm telling
I think you want John Harbaugh.
I'd be pretty excited about one.
Now,
not so much the
Bijan
other.
would probably like Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, what about John Harbaugh with Mike McDaniel as your OC?
Sure.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel would make somebody an amazing OC. The guy knows offense. You
I
can't
still
deny
want
that.
Sark.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially his run game, man.
Yeah, his run game, and that's what Miami was living on at the end of the year because Tua couldn't throw it down the field.
Now, Brooks and I were talking about this the other day.
Bring him to Tuscaloosa, people are saying.
Brooks and I were talking about this the other day, and I told him Tom Brady literally made it part of his decision to come to Tampa that they had to get rid of the horrible Jameis Winston-style uniforms that they had for a while.
Right.
And go back to the look they had during the Rondé Barber, John Lynch Super Bowls. And Tampa Bay were willing to do that. I wonder if Harbaugh says, listen, I will come coach, but you got to get rid of this ATL stuff on the jerseys. We need the red helmets.
You
back.
couldn't burn them fast
I wonder if
enough.
a coach would be willing to do that.
Oh, I'd be even more fired up about Harbaugh if that's the case.
You couldn't burn them fast enough if John
What if the
Harbaugh
new
said it.
Dolphins coach says
Jim.
it's got to be the old Dan Marino logoed Dolphins?
I don't
Don
care.
Shula Dolphins.
I this sounds insane. Just to go back to that uniform, I'd take a crappy coach and a bunch of 2-win seasons.
Yeah.
Until we fire that guy just to go back to those uniforms.
Isn't that the owner's deal that he loves the?
He is the only one. Stephen Ross, the Dolphins owner, apparently is the only one that loves
He
them.
swings a big stick.
Yeah, well, when you write the check,
Yeah.
you get to pick the uniform, as it turns out.
Our friends at Hemphill takes us to break. Trash coming up on the other side. Heating, cooling, but I always tell you, heating, cooling, plumbing, but 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, emergency. I almost had to call them, and then I fixed it. Had a little backup in my garbage disposal the other day.
Oof.
Called my wife who was at Duke, and she was like, tell me you didn't put rice down the garbage disposal.
Rice and potatoes are
I
bad
said,
for that.
I put a whole big bowl of rice down there that you had left in the refrigerator, and she goes, get the plunger out and suck it out and scoop it out.
She's still at Duke. Did she file a waiver? Did she get her 7th year?
She just came back. She graduates in May.
That way. Get one off the payroll.
Our man Jim from the New York Butcher Shop, he brought up our friends at Hemp Hill last week. He said home and business. I've used them at both my locations, at my home. They are lickety-split was the way he described them. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sits you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
We interrupt this program for breaking news from the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC with customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
It's bow time.
The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time. It's bow time.
The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time.
It's bow time.
Frightening to think about that. Here we go. Trash in a second. One more thing to get to before we do that. Brought to you by Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City wearing our sweatshirt in the airport on the way to a little vacation with he and his wife Andrea to get their little butts. Is it toes in the sand or butts in the sand?
Toes in the water, butts in the sand.
Yeah. They were going to do a little bit of that. When he gets back, he wants to get on your roof for a free no-cost roof inspection. 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. He and his wife Andrea also pictured. They've owned this company, locally owned for over 20 years, A-plus rated with a Better Business Bureau. That free no-cost roof inspection, no obligation. It's not a lie. He does that, takes care of you, and at that point, he'll come down and say, hey, man, you may have 5 more years on this roof or 3 more years. He hopes in 3 years, when it's time to replace that roof, you call him back. He's got financing options. He's got this soft wash program. Listen, if you're selling your house in 2026, get the soft wash from Greg from Pell City to make your house look even better. Great curb appeal with a clean roof right there. It gets rid of staining that'll make your roof look brand new. 205-542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com. January the 18th, day before the national championship game, Tony Petitti, Big Ten, Greg Sankey, SEC, all the other commissioners, and the Notre Dame AD will be in Miami, and they will hold a meeting about the college football playoff. If they don't get a decision by January 23rd, an extended deadline date, barring that it's not extended again by ESPN, ABC, we will stick at a 12-team playoff. The big push, and everyone's writing now, the Big Ten has all the leverage now because of the way the football season has played out. I don't know if that is true or not, but that's what they're perceiving, is that the Big Ten's willing to go 16, the SEC plan, with a set agreement that in 2 or 3 years that we go to 24 teams. That being said, Tony Petitti does make a good point that would give a transition period at 16 before you get to 24 for the conferences and the TV partners to eliminate in those tweener years the conference championship games and come up with a plan of how you're going to put your automatic bids. Before you show us the graphic, Forrester, that Brooks put together weeks ago, we're going to bring it back for these guys to comment on it. The Big Ten plan is all 4 power conferences, the ACC, Big 12, SEC, Big 10, get 4 automatic bids. The 2 highest group of 6 conference champions get in, and then 6 wild cards and Notre Dame, the independents, 6 highest rated wild cards to get to 24. Here's how the bracket would have looked this year. Perceived to be first 2 rounds on campus. So USC would have played at Arizona. Arizona would have played at USC. Pittsburgh would have played at Alabama. Tulane at Texas. You would have had Houston at BYU. Michigan at Utah. Duke at Miami. Virginia at Vandy. James Madison at Notre Dame. Winners advance out. You would have had USC playing at Indiana. So you get 2 rounds of home games. Alabama went to Oklahoma anyway. Texas would have gone to Texas Tech. How sweet that would have been.
Oof.
BYU would have gone to Oregon. Another good game. That's 3 really good games right there. 4 games, count USC and Indiana. Utah likely would have gone to to Ohio State. Miami to Texas A&M. We saw that one anyway. Vandy would have gone to Georgia. And Notre Dame would have gone to Ole Miss. Wow.
That second round's terrific.
Yeah, once you
All
get to
on campus.
16, I think you've got something substantial. I would say this, though. I don't agree with 24, but even those first-round matchups, that's a hell of a day of college football, right?
Yeah, USC, Arizona, Alabama, Pitt, I think would have been a better game than Alabama wanted it to be.
No, but just take your take your mind away from the playoff and just say this is a regular college football Saturday.
So I've got USC playing Arizona. I got Alabama playing Pitt. I got BYU playing Houston. I got Utah playing Michigan, Miami, Duke. Vanderbilt, Virginia. That's a good slate of games right there. I left out Notre Dame, JMU, and Texas Tulane on purpose.
Yeah, that's a really good Saturday.
That's a good Saturday of football right there.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of those teams can win a national championship, but
it's a good day of football. Yeah.
I mean, I would rather have that than conference championship games now.
And as Birmingham Stallion offensive coordinator Tyler Siskey points out, 24-team college football playoff bracket, they already do it in all the other divisions, but specifically the FCS, where they seed the top 16 teams. 1 through 8 get a bye and host the second round game. 9 through 16 play in the first round and host those games on campus, so you get 2 games on campus.
So this would be the same, though, right?
Yeah.
Those first rounds,
Yeah.
on
Yep.
campus, and then all the teams that get a bye get to host a game.
Yeah. So my question for you guys, are you SEC, their plan of 5 and 11, the best other 11 to get to 16 teams? That's no buys. Everybody plays the first round on campus, and then you're to the normal system. Or are you to the 24?
I'm to the 16.
I think I'm to the 16.
I mean, let's at least see 16. That's why I think Sankey probably needs to agree to this, and let's see how it goes. And maybe cooler heads prevail if we get to a point where you really can't field 24 teams that have the credibility to go on and win a national championship. But I want to see 16 before we see 24.
I mean, I want more on campus, so I want 16 with at least 2 rounds on campus. But
dare I say you want 16 to see how 16 impacts the regular season?
Yes.
I would like to see that, and I also would like to go on and see I'd like for us to dissolve the conference championship games, because I want to remember those games, how important they were and how good they were. I don't want them to limp
you don't want Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I just don't want our
games.
lasting image of an SEC championship game over in Mercedes where half the stadium's filled, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't want to see that.
Yeah. And we're having to bring out breakfast pastries to do something to make it interesting.
But yeah, I do. I like the
Heart Bowl reference. Yes.
Regular season really wasn't impacted this year, right?
No, it was a fantastic regular season.
Yeah, it's actually gotten better the 2 years of the 12-team
and you can
playoffs.
even go back to the beginning of the season. Texas losing at Ohio State and Miami beating Notre Dame cost both those teams. So the regular season had a lot of importance.
Yeah. And you wonder if 16, does it add more important games or does it take away?
I want to see that and see. Yeah.
And then you can gradually get to 24 if you have to. All interesting. You can see that graphic. Brooks is going to send it out again at Next Round Live. All social media platforms, go check it out. That'll be on Twitter, probably, maybe Instagram as well, at Next Round Live. Like, follow, subscribe, and go to YouTube. Some of you are watching us right now that are not subscribers. Please subscribe for us. Give us a thumbs up every day that you watch us here on YouTube. And go to TNR Clips, where you get just clips of the show with no BS. It's just TNR Clips really fast at the speed of life. It's time for Trash, brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100. That is the number I called back in 2003. Make sure you ask for Amy. Tell her the Next Round sent you. She is going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mort Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Did you hurt your hand?
It's large. It's large. I was able to get the whole thing in my mouth, though.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We start first. Brazilian football icon Neymar has gone full Bruce Wayne, splashing roughly $65 million on a fleet of Batman-themed vehicles that includes the iconic Tumbler Batmobile. This is when you've got too much money.
Yeah, well, that's a good-looking jet, though, isn't it?
Oh, the jet looks great.
Like, if I had a private jet, I wouldn't care what it looked like. Just having one would be great. But if I cared what it looked like, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking jet.
33-year-old shared photos and videos of the armored Tumbler parked alongside his helicopter and private jet, captioning the post, "Dreams can come true."
Yes, kids. Dream.
Now, Neymar's Batman obsession is well known. I didn't know it, but this latest spree takes it to a Neymar, whatever his name is.
This is the soccer player?
Yeah, how much has he made?
Apparently a lot.
He got signed to the Saudi club. It's like Al something. And they gave him a lot of money.
Well, his net worth is estimated to be $420 million.
Well, he better for you, having all these toys.
I mean, you burn through that in a hurry spending like this.
Now, according to Supercar Blondie, the helicopter is an Airbus H-145 valued at around $13 million, while the private jet, the Dassault Falcon 900 LX, reportedly costs $50 million. The high-end Tumbler replica set Neymar back about $1.5 million.
Okay, multiple choice. Most likely he dies by the Batman Tumbler, the helicopter, the private jet, the cartel are Saudis.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know you were going to throw the cartel and Saudis in.
D&E were
Of the
interesting.
three right there, I would go the helicopter.
No, you know what?
Helicopter is the most dangerous.
It is. But here's my argument. Of the three, he'll be driving the car. A pilot will be driving the other two. I trust the pilot to be more level-headed and in control. He's going to be in that car.
I trust the Batmobile to have some safety features.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I was going to say. Like, you'd have to take that thing off a cliff to kill you.
There's some cliffs in that picture. There's some cliffs in that video.
Do you drive that sitting on top like he's doing?
I don't know if that's street legal, though.
No, he's
Okay.
just sitting on top to look cool.
There we go. Now he's on the inside. Yeah, how fast does that go, though? Because you got to get up to speed if that's going to kill you.
Based on the movies, a little motorcycle comes out of that thing, too. I don't know if it does it on this one.
Not in real life.
Oh, okay.
Birthday celebration in Bukhara nearly turned into a tragedy after cake sparklers ignited hydrogen-filled balloons, creating a sudden fireball just inches from the guest of honor's face.
Oh, wow.
Like, sparklers always a bad idea, and this is what caught the Swiss resort on fire where like
that was
150
terrible.
people died or something crazy. Like, I don't understand the sparklers can kind of look cool,
but I also, I don't think anybody is aware enough to know that it's going to flame up like that if it pops up.
They don't teach Hindenburg in class anymore?
Yeah, this is all hydrogen.
That's why the Hindenburg went down.
Well, you're not thinking that. When you got a sparkler next to a balloon, you're not thinking of the Hindenburg.
Yeah, it did happen. Life comes at you quick, right? Now, the frightening incident involved Noza Usmanova.
Does Noza still have one?
Waiting by the entrance of a shop when friends and relatives surprised her with the balloons and birthday cake. CCTV footage shows the excited person standing near the doorway moments before the decorations suddenly catch fire. And they said that it is to blame on the hydrogen.
Well, you watch the slow replay, and she is coloring on eyebrows for a few days.
Yeah, you could smell. You ever done that on the grill and all you could smell was burnt hair? It's a terrible smell.
Yeah, it is a bad smell.
No, I just shaved mine off before SEC Media Days by accident.
I remember that.
There's a bunch of shit on the floor before, though.
Yeah, I thought that was all from the balloons.
Yeah,
That's
I
not from the
did too.
balloons. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs sweep.
I tell you.
No, I think they did the popper.
Oh, a confetti popper?
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder how many more times we're going to get Waymo stories, because the more and more you go to bigger and bigger cities, the more you see Waymos.
Buddy, they were all over L.A.
Yeah.
All over L.A.
Listen to this one. A Waymo self-driving car was seen driving down...
Your phone just overheated doing nothing.
Where was I? I was coming back in Atlanta, SEC Media Days. That was this year, right?
Yeah.
And it turned in front of a speeding car, and we made it. Obviously, I'm here. But it was I wouldn't have gone, and it made the turn in front of an oncoming green light car.
Well,
as my decision making, I would have not gone, and it went.
I think it's going to be much easier to have a major lawsuit on a Waymo than you would on a regular driver, because you can't really take into account somebody else is going 80 when it turns in and it T-bones you, but the Waymo's the one that's going to get blamed for this.
Yeah, but to your point, I have no problem getting in with an Uber, and who knows how good those drivers those people are.
Oh, one almost killed me one night.
Yeah. I trust the Waymo more than I do random Uber
I don't know if you noticed this too. I didn't see a specific Sonora when I was in L.A.
I saw that.
But there is a guy that all he reps is Uber drivers.
Yeah,
or against Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, his whole phone number and website are based around Uber, like Uber lawsuits.
Yeah. 1-800-GET-UBER.
Something like that.
But I was in Nashville one night, and my guy ran a stop sign, and we almost got T-boned, and I'd probably be dead.
What'd you say to him?
He was profusely apologizing, but he was texting or whatever he was doing. Well,
sometimes they're getting their next fare. Like, it dings, and they're like, do I want this one or whatever?
Yeah, but wait till you get to
Well,
it.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that's what happens.
App only gives you 10 seconds to accept or decline fares.
Well, hey, how about you're on my fare right now? Let's get this one done.
I don't know if I ever told you I finally saw the movie Good
You
Boy.
tip extra to cover the time I'm going to miss?
No, but I want to get there alive, sir.
You know how you don't get that next fare? You get killed.
That's right.
Risk some drivers got to take.
I don't know if I told you I finally saw the movie Good Boy. We talked about the dog actor, Indy.
Yeah.
Now, the dog actor behind the film, Good Boy, has taken home a major acting honor, with Indy the dog winning Best Performance in a Horror or Thriller at the 2026 Astra Film Awards. The award was presented to Indy and his co-stars in L.A. on January 10th. The award recognizes performances across horror and thriller releases, making Indy's win a rare moment for an animal actor. Now, Good Boy, psychological horror film, centers on a man and his dog as they become isolated in a remote home, with much of the tension driven by the dog's reaction to unseen threats.
Was it good?
It was unique, and the dog was absolutely amazing. You guys would absolutely hate the movie.
Real picture or?
Yes, that is it.
This is not a real picture.
Yeah. I wish it was.
This is the real picture.
Oh, I like that.
It's a good-looking dog.
Pretty dog, yeah.
Can I just tell you I was so sad when I got to work today. I had to tell Forrester about what I saw coming to work.
Oh, I saw this. It
The
was
deer?
Still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
I didn't know what was going on with that.
It was this was off of a church sermon on Sunday, where God appears to you in the world in different forms and fashions, and how you react to them is how you react to God. And, whether it's the immigrant or, somebody who's homeless and such like that, immediately in front of the fire department on 280 by the Cabo River, I get over into the right lane because that's my turn lane. And I'm about to get over where I normally do, and a deer has been hit. And there's no blood, there's no carnage or anything, but you could tell he's been hit, and he's limp from about mid-spine to his back end, his legs. He's not moving or anything, but he's setting up, and he's aware, and he's looking around. Doesn't seem to be screaming in pain, but he can't move.
Yeah, seemed to be in good spirits, honestly.
So,
I couldn't figure out what had happened.
Still alive.
Probably in shock.
When I came through, which was about 7:40-ish.
Okay, so mine was about 6:55.
So about less than an hour after you, Animal Control was there, and they had that. So it's where it goes from 3 lanes to 4. So he was right at the start of that 4th lane.
Right by the fire department.
Normally, I'm diving into that lane as quick as possible because that's our turn for this building. And I saw up ahead the flashing lights, and it was Animal Control was sitting there blocking that merge right there because that's where the deer
So was he alive when you came by?
Yeah, and it seemed to be in good spirits. It was just like sitting there looking around.
Update, when I went by, dead as a hammer, had a rope around his neck tied to a utility pole.
Lance.
I'm not exaggerating.
That's terrible.
Like, I don't know why. It's not like they hung it, but there was a rope.
Well, they were trying to keep it from running away, obviously.
Yeah, but he was dead as a hammer with the rope around his neck.
If what your theory is, you got to kill him. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, that was my...
Euthanize him on sight.
That was my, with the sermon, my thought there, should I get out? There's no way to help him. Should I get out and let the fire department know? Surely one of the great Americans in the fire department is going to have a gun. Do we walk out and put it out of its misery? There's no way to take it to the vet, I don't think, and save it.
Yeah, I mean, what were you going to do? Get out and kill it with your passive aggression?
No, I was going to get out and go to the police, the fire department, and one of them had a gun in the truck, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And one of them would have been man enough to walk out there while I was crying and clutching my pearls and put a bullet in its head. But it was wide-eyed, and it was, as Brown said, of good spirits and just sitting there.
I couldn't figure out what happened. I thought maybe it had given birth right there and was with its babies. I didn't know it had gotten hit.
Did not know it did. I mean, obviously it's a deer. It didn't understand what was happening, that it couldn't move its back legs, and it was just there.
My buddy.
So sad. It was sad.
You guys know my buddy David.
And I thought of you instantly
Why?
because you would have no problem going and putting a bullet between its eyes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
especially
the
if it was a puppy.
That's the humane thing, Jim. My buddy David, y'all know my buddy David. He told me this story one time that it was in a rut when all the deers are, they're in heat, and a female had been hit, a doe had been hit on 450 or on 119, and he said, I saw the buck coming out of the woods, and all he could see was a doe sitting still. And he's like, I knew what was about to happen, so he goes,
Necrophilia?
I go and turn around, and by the time I get back.
There's 4 dead deers.
By the time I get back, the buck is in full throttle.
Oh, no.
And he goes, I'm honking my horn trying to get it to run away. It wouldn't get run away. He goes, eventually got hit. I mean, he's right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
He saw
that buck's not selected at all.
That's a song Brown's never heard. Roofy the red-nosed reindeer.
Damn.
That's a tough way to go. But as I told David, I was like, man, I got to imagine the buck went out about as happy as he could be, though. Right?
Roofy the red-nosed reindeer, the reindeer games you don't want to play. Not the Christmas you're used to, Brownie.
Tyler said plot twist. The rope LT saw was the one Brown used on the deer.
Yeah.
Not true.
Not shocked. That is Trash Today, brought to you by great folks like our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Don't forget, Unlocked yesterday with LT and Brock Heward. A lot of meaningful stuff. Still up-to-date content is there for you, available today. And everything else we have for you on our platforms at Next Round Live. Like and subscribe and go follow. We're back with you tomorrow as we'll react to Alabama at Mississippi State and get ready for Auburn at Missouri and talk more about Indiana and Miami. And who knows where 100 more college football players go today. We'll talk about that tomorrow, too. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.